our. Can you hear me now? I hear feedback. So something is happening. I think we've got Miss Mary on the radio and on the live. So I'm waiting on Miss Mary to give us feedback. That's what I'm hearing in my headphones. She can hear us with echo. So we're on with echo now. And very much a delay. Can you hear me without an echo now? She can hear us with echo. So we're on with echo now. Do I need to mute your laptop? Your phone? And very much a delay. Can you hear me without an echo now? Oh, that's your phone. I see. Oh, they said it's much better now, Delton. Everyone clap for Delton. Wherever you are, give him a thumbs up, give him a cheerio, give him a well done. Because where would we be without our Delton, all things to all men? He's a radio host. He's a sound technician. He's a problem shooter. He is our everything. Thank you very much, Delton. Morning. Y'all already missed so much. This is 13 minutes of that good morning tea, because somewhere in the world it is still very much morning. We had Davian Chase open our show with our theme song for this season. We had the Bishop wish you all a good morning and ask you how you were doing, and y'all didn't hear him. So on the behalf of myself, Delton, and the Bishop, morning. How y'all doing? Thank you so much. Shauna said, Lord, we miss so much on the live. But we are here anyway. We have had morning greetings from so many, all and sundry. So let me catch them. Morning to Latoya and Annie Leith. I hope we catch you in your 5 minutes that you had to spare on DGMT this morning. Morning to Terrell. Terrell, you post something and I wanted to comment, but I said I was going to wait till the show. I got to remember what it was. Morning, Shauna. Morning, Marisha. Morning to Earth Angel Jackson Green. I don't know this name. Delton, you know Earth Angel Jackson Green? Delton know everybody. Earth Angel Jackson Green. Morning to you, and welcome to That Good Morning Tea. It's morning as long as we say it is. Chelsea says, blessed afternoon. I like that. We have a good morning and a blessed afternoon. I like it. Morning to Chelsea, or good afternoon to Chelsea, and to all those who have joined us on the live. Thank you, Miss Mary Lightborn Walker, for being our assistant technician. Our remote assistant technician this morning. To Yasmin and all those of you who are on the live. Listen, we press to come into this place. That means there is a word on this morning for everybody. So share it. Delton's coming on camera in. There you go.
I'm tired.
Bing. Oh Lord, Delton unexhausted.
All right, guys.
I said after Miss Mary's word today, she said if you don't use it,
it was a good show.
I got it. Marisha, I don't know if you heard, but I said before Girl Talk comes back, make sure you have a dry run, because apparently when you've been gone for a little while. But Marisha's actually she can be good.
All right, guys. So it's inside me.
I can't back you. I can give you the beat. I don't have the voice.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So sorry. I mean, do apologize. You know, in a world full of
Delton, the people say you the greatest. You gotta tell them thanks.
Oh, hey, thanks everybody.
Give you rounds of applause.
Thanks to our tech team.
In a world where you can be anything, I would want to know where this is going.
In a world where sin is rampant. Grace did much more about it. All right, so anyway, so it's up. Yeah, things is wrong.
Things is wrong.
Wrong.
You figured out the problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Figured out the problem.
Do we know how the problem became a problem?
I don't know how the problem became.
Nevertheless.
I'm assuming some resetting.
Thanks, Julianne.
Resetting and restarting of situations.
This was purchased exclusively for DGMT. Exclusively.
All right, so good morning from Alfred. Alfred's here.
Alfred is very much Alfreding, and DGMT is y'all a family. Delton doesn't know what to do with Alfred. Delton is thinking if he should.
I'm on a verge now of twisting, cutting.
He doesn't know, cut it. He wants to know if he should do like a man bun with a single cornrow down the center. DGMT is your husband.
Yeah,
I don't know how to advise him.
I don't know what's going to happen with Alfred. Right now, Alfred's on the verge of getting cut back down to a normal cut.
She played
Russia. It could be. Oh no, listen to me. I would not put it past Putin to try to cancel our show today.
Everybody, stop. So it seems like we're already getting into news and reviews. No, church announcements first, y'all. Come on. We've been gone a little while, but y'all acting like you don't know how to behave.
Sure, to say man, but for the way.
She said, "Come take the snow." You have snow. Oh no, March. Where are you, Maureen? New York, eh? Yeah, Maureen's in New York. Y'all have snow. Maureen, when I was over there in December, I did get to see snow. I was so excited. It did delay our flight, but that was a small thing because I slept and actually missed the whole delay. Church announcements. There are multiple because if you've had a birthday in the last 21 days,
2 weeks,
no,
3 weeks, 3 weeks,
3 weeks because we missed 2 Saturdays, so it was
2 or 3,
2 convention and yeah, anniversary.
Right.
But then that's left us with a 3 week gap. Yeah. So if you've had a birthday in the last 3 weeks, in the final week of February, in the first 2 weeks of March, we wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. Wrong one. I don't know how that happened though. I don't know how that happened. We wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. To those people whose names that come immediately to mind, happy birthday to one Yasmin Newbold. I mean, Yasmin, she can celebrate in style. You all see Yasmin birthday pictures?
Not just
she just giving you a sprinkle. She ain't even giving you all.
What really did it for me for Sister Newbold was the thank you letter afterwards.
Oh yeah, love it.
The little thank you card that she posted afterwards. Like
in my head, I was like, why didn't I think of that person?
Did you do a thank you card for online purposes? And she did. Actually, she did.
So happy birthday to Lady Yasmin. Happy birthday to Miss Janae Lewis and her husband, Mr. Kenneth Lewis, they're not frequenters on the DGMT, but every once in a while they stop by.
Yeah, pop on.
Every once in a while they stop by. So happy birthday to them. Who else celebrated in March? A very, very big happy birthday to my two friends. One who's celebrating today, and another one who celebrated she celebrated on Monday. One is OY, aka
Oyenka. I know people.
Oyenka celebrated on March the 6th, and Dami, my one good friend Dami. Many of my friends in the Bahamas have met them.
Yeah, we know them.
Love them as much as I do. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya.
All right. Let me get myself together because I got somewhere to go. And I'm praying
when I get there. I want to see everyone I know, especially if we took a time to wish you happy birthday on DGMT. You make sure you get
I'll try to see if any birthdays I missed.
No, I'm sure we missed birthdays. Sure.
I may know, but I'm trying to think of anybody, especially definitely shout out our DGMTers, DGMTers on the birthday. I know my aunt has a birthday coming this week. Auntie Leaf.
Excitement.
One of 2.
We talked
about this already. She has one of 2 coming up real soon. I don't think anybody else that I can see.
How you finding birthdays again?
Oh boy, we do this every week.
But
I don't there's nobody else I can see as of right now. But I did have an anniversary last week, just FYI.
Oh my goodness. I was saving that. I was waiting.
I had an anniversary last
Delton and Julie celebrated 6 years.
As what people say, of marital bliss.
Of marital bliss.
Not quite sure what that means.
For all I know, married people have to work hard to keep the love blossoming and keep the marriage in. Delton and Julie, y'all make it look like a pleasure. I'll say that on behalf of DGMTers all over the world. Delton and Julie, you make married life look like a pleasure. So we wish you a happy married anniversary. I feel like marriage anniversary need a song. Why is there not a universal song for marriage anniversaries? This is maybe why we don't
care
so high.
Because we have a celebration.
We do not have a celebration song.
Yeah.
The song commits to like the inevitability that this will come round again. You know what I mean?
So we work on that. We work on a song.
But all of us, we wish we wish Delton and Julie happy anniversary. That's the only reason we wasn't here last week. We was given the married couple of time just to enjoy themselves. Just to have a good time. And you don't say anything. Just go with the story. That's our story.
And that's
and
so
we're
sticking
to it.
In other news and reviews,
Maureen says her birthday is next month and she's a regular Maureen.
Oh yeah, we got you.
We got you.
Well, it's next month. No, we definitely got you.
Hold on. We got you.
So what has happened, according to my co-host, there might be a change in our scenery in terms of our timing of the show. So I have to talk to management to see if we can reschedule that good morning tea to
like a strong afternoon coffee
to DGAT.
I maybe DGAC.
Right now it's DGAC.
From that good morning tea to that good afternoon coffee. We can talk to the
so we're gonna talk to management to see if, because the mornings are getting far and far and far.
Yes, they're getting harder and harder.
In terms of where we start the show. Yes. And so schedules are changing. My co-host is in school, in the halls of academia, getting a higher degree.
Right.
And so she's in school. My oldest son, Dallas, he's becoming an
athlete,
MVP in
my gosh,
in pre-T-ball. And most of their games, for some reason,
Saturday morning.
Actually, all the games, Saturday mornings.
I mean, when else are you going to bring little people out?
That is true. 9 a.m. or 10:45 a.m.
Oh, it's the two.
Yeah, so it switches. Yeah, so it's either 9 a.m. or 10:45.
Neither of which is convenient.
Neither of which is good for little children.
However,
on a Saturday.
However, don't sleep. Pre-T is a serious thing.
Oh no, the hype is there.
It's a serious. I've been to a couple games myself as the step Gotti, and honestly, step Gotti, it's not to be taken lightly. You just go with your full energy and your water bottle full.
We had a new parent today, and she was like, "Oh, geez, how y'all let's do this?" Like, I like my lie. She was a parent. She was an aunt. She's like, "Oh, I gotta come ready. For next week."
Oh yeah, no.
She's like, "I gotta free some water bottles." And the other team today, they had cowbells. They had whistles. The other team, the other team had cowbells and whistles.
I keep reminding Delton and Julie, listen, y'all gotta pace yourselves. Y'all have 14 more years of this. 14 more years.
So they had cowbells, whistles.
Pace yourself.
I got a little heated today where parents had to be reprimanded. Like it
for using foul language,
for profanity,
which apparently is becoming rampant in
our culture
in recent weeks.
Yeah,
because everybody using bad words and the newspaper printing it.
Like, here you go,
printing it.
And so parents had been reprimanded today. They were warned to take their children to another league if they can't handle it.
If they don't know how to act right.
So it was,
because if you this hot when your child is 4, you will have a conniption by the time they get to, like, come on.
Oh boy, you get called out. Oh, you get called out. He got called out. Well,
you know what? I'd like to apologize publicly. I did make a promise to my godson to carry him to the field this morning.
And that did not work out as well.
And that did not. But I also feel like my godson's mother should know me well enough to know.
She should have called.
You should have called me and reminded me.
Yeah, so
because I would have been there in a hot second hurry.
Yeah, right there.
Right
around the corner.
Took a minute to nap. Because after today, ain't no more late Saturdays. Ain't no more late morning Saturdays.
Yeah, so parents were being banned from the league, as Julianne says. And keep in mind, once again, these are 2, 3, and 4-year-olds. The little one, the little guy who's on our team, he's 2.
Which
Rice.
one? Rice is 2?
Rice is 2.
Hey.
Big hitter. Big hitter. Big catcher, 2.
Rice is 2?
2.
That is mind blowing.
So Rice is 2. So you're from 2 to 4-year-olds.
Get young. I love that. I love that.
So I encourage parents, definitely, if you have like little boys, don't wait till they get old, because when they get old, they say, like around 7, 8, that's too old. They really want them in there from 4 and up. So it's definitely
But when you put them in at 4, you commit into 14 years of baseball season.
At least 14 years.
Don't underestimate.
Of all of your Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
As long as you know. As long as
because we have parents out there that once they pull up, they don't leave. They pull up in the morning and they leave around 9.
Because Delton after Dallas's game, I asked Delton where he was. Delton said he was watching other games.
Yeah. No, there's a constant flow of games.
Yeah.
And so people are out there watching.
How long is baseball season from?
I have no clue. I asked some questions. I'm just happy to get Dallas.
As long as I can.
I asked no questions.
As long as I can get him active, moving, out and about.
Anyway, so and
so shout out to the Wood Stars.
Shout out to the
Wood Stars today. Also shout out to the Boas.
We didn't win.
There was a tie today.
5-5. This is the same team that beat us in the very first game. So this was the Owls. We played again.
Oh.
So the first game they beat us 3-2. And now this game we ended in a tie.
Because everyone's had a little more practice.
Scored a little more runs. Dallas had all the outs. He's running down people, chasing them with the ball, hitting in the head. Got on base every time. Rocking and rolling. So anyway, yeah, so that's so I said that to say, apparently we're gonna start the show a little later if we get approval from management. To officially change the time.
But I would like to propose that this is our very last change.
Time change.
No more change.
Yeah. After that, you know what? We're gonna pre-record the show. Let's pre-record the show.
I think after that it has to be.
We'll pre-record the show at night time and then we'll play it at some point. At some point, we'll play. Yeah. But anyway, in other news and reviews and updates and church announcements and all the stuff that we have missed, how y'all doing? Everybody okay?
How y'all doing?
Out of DGM.
Like what was going on your Saturdays when you weren't logged into DGMT? Yeah. What were you doing?
I know I'll try to start a war, and I know I like. I started a war.
Very much did.
Started a war since we've been gone. I don't think the war was going on when we left.
And
started a whole war.
Conveniently, as the war began, the pandemic ended.
Yeah.
We are celebrating. Apparently, people find that reason to celebrate. But apparently, is it today or yesterday?
Oh, when it happened for us?
The 2-year anniversary of the World Health Organization declaring it a pandemic.
Oh.
I think it's either today or yesterday, somewhere this weekend.
Yeah.
I know. The 16th.
The 16th was for the Bahamas when we all got our first dosage of COVID-19.
Until Vera get married? What? You mean DGMT?
Oh, for DGMT, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then Saturdays are done.
That's it.
No more show.
We'll do a goodbye show. The night before my wedding. And then...
That'll be it. Deuces. Yeah, so we are coming up with our anniversary. And I think this anniversary will mark the end. I think
there'll be any more after this.
I think the Egyptians you see today.
Yeah, we shall see them more.
You will see them.
The talk on the streets is that by summer we will be looking very much back to normalish.
No, we look normalish now.
No, I mean with
complete.
Listen, I have students whose faces I do not know. Like I don't know what they look like without. I don't know what their entire face looks like.
Yeah.
Because when they're online, they only put their camera here anyway. So I was talking to one student and he pulled down his mask to drink his water and I nearly fell back a bit. I was like, you know what you look like legit. And I taught him for nearly 2 years. So, I mean like normalish. War is the cure, see?
I think.
Terrell. Don't get Delton started because Delton apparently has a conspiracy theory.
I believe we established, this was like around January in the height of Omicron. The Omicron, I think, was around the January time when this last fire. Yeah, December, January.
Because Omicron was trying to ruin my Christmas. Remember New Year's, yeah. Omicron was December.
And so, President of the World came on Bill Gates, President of the World, and Bill is like, I believe after Omicron, COVID will be over.
Is he the President of the World or the Prophet of the World?
The Prophet. All right, a good prophet. I know he did an interview. Like once the Omicron variant goes away, COVID will be more like just a seasonal flu. This is what he said. So sad, so bad.
So sad.
So after the prophet, after the man of God,
I know he's a man of, but apparently he's dumb.
Well, after he did an interview and he said that, he's like,
everything fell in line.
That was like, okay, so I guess we're done with COVID.
Everything fell in line.
Once he said that, I guess enough people had died, and he's like, okay. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up, guys.
So he used this little magic power, spray some lights all over everybody, and next thing you know, let's
They
talk.
released the
Let's
antidote
talk
into
about.
the water.
Let's talk about
the water
Ukraine and
supply.
Russia.
Let's talk about.
Let's talk about Ukraine and Russia. COVID. Remember them all.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm way too lazy as a person
to put things together.
I said to Delton, what are we going to talk about? He's like, there's a whole war going on. I was like, I don't know much about that. So,
Yeah.
but I will say it is an awful coincidence. Once you start watching things like Scandal and 24,
all
like,
those shows,
you just don't trust.
You don't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to media. When it comes to the media and the narrative that needs to be pushed out there.
Oh yeah,
you just a pawn.
The BBC did a segment on how if you watch Russian news, the whole story is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Like Russian news is telling a completely different story. Like Russians have no idea what we think or what we have been seeing. Apparently Russians believe Ukrainians are faking this whole thing. That they've created this whole scenario. That's what Russians are being told.
I tell you know what I mean.
If you watch Russian news, that's what is being. But this is war. This is propaganda. This is what they do.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's timely. It's timely. Different things happen. The narratives get pushed, and we accept it. We move on.
And then they kind of threaten us, like, "Well, we know you're far away and you don't feel the vibration of the bombs, but your food's going to be more expensive,
and your oil's
going to be more expensive. So
$10.
Just so you know, and because oil and gas oil is more expensive and food's more expensive, house prices are going to go up. And when house prices go up, we're going to start bottling oxygen so that you have to pay for it. So just be ready. Be ready.
What the movie name is? But that did the water.
The Lorax.
So we had it.
Be ready.
We headed towards Lorax.
Yeah.
No, but these food prices in the stores, Jesus Lord, these it's
unbelievable.
Like y'all are just running.
But you know what it is? I don't complain because I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy it.
No, I'm gonna buy it.
And that's always happened.
I don't even
bother anymore.
I was
because they're laughing at us. They're like, "Cat, you do this every time. We raise the prices, you complain, and then you buy the food.
You buy.
Every time. I don't even bother.
And so what we do now, we just like, you know what? Shop on Sunday. Get double stamps. Call it a day. Let's get your double stamps.
The little I can get,
get your double stamps and shut up. You're going to buy the food because you're hungry.
And shut up. Fun fact, I didn't spend my stamps at Christmas time as is tradition. So I have by the end of this year, I'm going to have 2 years worth of stamps. Oh. Just saying.
Oh, you bought a lot.
But then I pull up in there. I go on and ask the lady, "Can I have some of the papers? Do you have any more of the papers?" So she looked at me like, "This is wrong time of year." I was like, "Don't you worry about me."
Like I got a plan.
What do you do? They told you from the beginning of the panorama, start growing your own things.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't listen. So go to the store, buy the food.
Get your food. It ain't like you can catch bus. You're gonna drive a car. So let's pay for the gas and let's keep on moving.
Well, if you was catching bus, you was gonna pay a little extra anyway because the price
$2. And I thought that $2 would happen a long time anyway. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought by now we'd be at $2 a long time. So I'm not even surprised at $2. I saw that going up
from the bridge was $2. It was only a matter of time.
And everybody complained, "I can pay $2 for the bridge."
Honestly, the $2 is a bit easier. Like that little change thing was annoying.
$1.25 for the bus. Yeah, and I never really felt that in my spirit. I think, like, gladly I caught it. Like when my bus phase ended, right, like around $1.25.
You had a bus phase?
Oh yeah. I had a strong, like, intentional bus phase too. Like,
why? You didn't want to drive?
No, I wasn't driving at the time. I got my license very late. I was a whole lot topic for the other day.
When did you get your license, Delton? At the age of
20.
That's not that late.
24, 25.
That's not that late.
No, I got it late. But I mean, so for me, my bus phase, like Dwayne worked. We lived in the east. Dwayne worked at Sandals out west. So that's COB.
Oh wow! And
so I would catch a ride with Dwayne from home all the way to Sandals to catch the number 10, stuff like that. To go to COB. So I had days, and then there'll be days I like in the middle of the day at COB. I'm not feeling it. Hop on the bus. I just go wherever number 8 goes and hop on another bus.
I mean, there was a time when I first got here, I thought the whole hopping on the bus and get off and explore would have been the fun thing. Julianne promised to do it with me. It never transpired. There was a very brief season I was catching the bus to work. Very, very brief season.
Exactly. That's a good time. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. You get the
bus. I think you got to
open a bus.
Just make sure you like spiritually prepared. You know what I mean? Like,
for what's gonna be on there?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it depends. I'm like, if you on those number 10 and that's COB, you really find like a loud.
That's west.
Yeah, that's
anything
so
like driving out west.
You really found a loud. Now when you hit a 15, now 15 and 21.
15 is my bus, right?
When you catch a 15 and 21,
15 and the 9.
You
I think I was catching
for that culture 13 mix,
Yeah.
for that drop leaf rhythm.
And
you're
I
prepared
want
for
you
that.
to know, I was still freshish. I wasn't. Don't mind me now, where people in the gas station tell me I have a hint of a British accent. Back then, I was
strong and heavy British accent.
So I used to just feel so. I was too scared to tell them to stop. I would always be like, I didn't want anyone to hear that I was different.
I thought you was from here. I was
just,
like, what are you?
I trying to say, what's that?
I practice
before I said it, so that it's quick. Ain't nobody look at me and funny like, who's she? What's she doing on the bus? Honestly, yeah.
No, you get 15, 16, 19 and 21. You prepare for drop leaf rhythm. You prepare for the Jack Hill mix.
Yeah, you got
loud
and
music.
I think it was, and the thing is, I also didn't want to be on the bus looking like I was enjoying it too much. Again, you want to be spiritually prepared.
Spiritually prepared.
You want to be spiritually.
I don't know, Ed. I don't care. I don't care who you are. That bus music.
Julian, we still gotta go on our bus jump.
That could take
what's
you
it
over.
called? Bus hop. We need to carry Dallas and David because they're already getting a little bougie. Come on, let's carry them. Let's go.
Listen, I remember.
In fact, Gordy say that's day out. We go.
Day out. You go out. Bus.
The next time you'll leave David with me and David going on the bus.
On the bus?
Yeah. Now that David's walking, oh yeah, buddy.
I remember on the bus, that's one of the most annoying. I don't know he buses. But anyway, since we're here, one of the most scariest things for me. And after a while, you ride the bus long enough, you don't care. I'm like someone getting off here, but you're stopping like about 30 feet down. And I used to be like, oh, should I get off now? Or should I just wait? Should I get off now?
That's a moral dilemma.
I wait. And I used to be, you know what? I just get off and walk.
I would hear
Once you get a veteran on the bus stop, you don't care.
No,
you're like, no, buddy, you dropping me to exactly where I want to go. So he pull off, bus stop. Like, bro, you couldn't get off? No, sir. I'm paying you $1.25. I'm getting enjoy this full ride.
I would feel like that's a bit of a moral dilemma.
I'm not going anywhere.
Because in my mind, I'd be like, I feel like the right thing to do is get off. But I also do not want to be walking 30 feet in the hot sun. That's 30 feet. I don't want to have to walk.
No, I paid you, bro. I paid you. And you.
But I feel like I would hear my mommy in my head telling me to get off with the people then. I don't know what it is.
Nope.
It's the same way I hear her in my head when I try on clothes and I don't want to put them back on the hanger. No, I was trained. She's like, the Christian thing to do is to put the clothes back on the hanger.
What?
And if you take something up and you decide you don't want it, go and put it back where you found
Where you got it from?
So like if you take up a cookie and then you go to like the
meat?
soap aisle
the
or the meat aisle and you say you don't want the cookie anymore, you go and put that cookie back where you found it. That's the Christian thing to do.
Now that's still I ain't lying. That's still that whole idea of at the counter and putting things back on the counter. Still a little shameful moment for me.
No, I don't put it back on the counter. I'm gonna give it to them though. I'd rather get to them and say, I don't want this anymore because they have a little basket and the boys are gonna put it back. Rather than just leave it on the side.
I get right to the counter. I put it right next to the chocolate, right next to the Snickers and M&M.
You done reach the tail? You might as well give it to the woman.
I put that little 2 can of cream right back by the Snickers and M&M. Like I don't want this.
That's not the Christian thing to do. Listen to me. She would not let me do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I put that right.
She would not.
I put that little piece of steak right there by the Snickers and M&M. Like I don't want the steak no more. I put it right there.
So the comments them come in. Apparently we hit a nerve because the people say Julianne say she paid $6 for 4 peaches. I paid $9 for a bag of apples, and I was so perplexed.
What kind of apples? That's the little snappers one. The little snappers.
The bag. I think it was the pink lady ones.
Not
the snappers. It was a pink lady. So it was maybe like whatever it was nice. Too much. Wherever it was too much. And then the apples were sour.
And that would have been left right there next to the Snickers. The minute you said $9, it's like
Oh, but I need fruit in my life, Delton. You're trying to eat healthy. You're trying to be a better person. And Jody says, when does that $2 come into effect? Now, as a regular bus rider, Jody, you supposed to tell us.
Yeah,
you're supposed to let us know when the orange.
I don't think there was a date given. I think they said that's by the summer. I think
it's just one of them threats that's been.
It's one of those like gas going up,
diesel going up, food going up.
Yeah, bus fares going up.
Bus fare could be $2.
And $2. I mean,
and then the Right Honourable Hubert Minister was not. Is he Right Honourable? Not anymore. He's just Honourable.
I don't know if he get cancelled. I think he's probably still most honourable. I don't think he get cancelled. That you're not Prime Minister anymore. Does the title go away? I don't know. Anybody online did politics?
What did they call him in the newspaper where they quoted what he said?
Where he cussed people out?
Yeah, because there's lots of threats. Everyone's throwing out threats. So Saints, you just be also ready at all times in all seasons.
Because he did
Since say orange is almost $2. Honestly. So one of my students, they did some research about
actually they said doctor. They said doctor. They didn't say anything about honorable.
It's doctor, right?
They said doctor.
Okay. That one of they had like a a chart of the most expensive places to live and the countries where you earn the most money, and Bahamas was at the bottom of the countries where you earn the most money, and at the top, and in the top section of the most expensive places to live.
To live here.
Like, when does it end?
To live here is very expensive.
Oh, but he that dwelleth in the secret place.
Oh yeah.
Because
we were talking about it. This $2 bus ride. You realize some people catch 2 buses to go to work, which is $8 a day.
That's like you paying for a gallon.
$40 a
gallon.
Week. That's $40 a week that you spend on bus alone.
$8 a day.
And that's not you going out on Saturday anyway.
And y'all don't have like a bus pass system.
Not yet.
So
they kept on talking about it.
I think at this point it's
no, it's necessary.
Imperative.
You have to do it.
A bus pass system.
I know
so you pay for a certain amount and you get a certain.
They started the card thing. I remember when they started the initiative a few years back. We talked to our fellow Trace Rebel. They were part of that committee. Tasha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they bought that. So we could talk to her on the show.
That's absolutely necessary because you're spending $40 a week to get to work and back. That's a full tank.
Yep.
For a march.
For a march.
Let me say that used to be a full tank for a march.
Listen to me. I went to the gas station yesterday. Put $50. I was like, $50, please. Got it. All right. I put that bad boy in there. I was about to go to F. It never made it.
It did. I did $50. First of all, I thought my tank was full because you know when it stops. When you put it, it's going and it stops. Yeah. It stopped at like 47. So I was like, oh, okay, full. So I say to the guy, and I had paid by card. So I was like, I don't know. He's like, don't worry, man. You can get your $50. So he put and got to 50. I said, okay, no problem. My tank has to be full. Why was my tank not full?
That is air tank, man. That's all it was. That's just air. So the other day, trying to that was the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. It was the mango system. They had this little card thing that you're supposed to do at the bus. Yeah, you gotta be fruit. I'll try something out. That's what it was. And so they tried that whole system thing. I don't think that worked out. But we're gonna have to do bus passes. Why we haven't done it all this time, all these years? Why don't we have proper bus routes and proper bus stops?
Yeah, but I think people proper bus routes and proper bus stops. They serve you and then they don't serve you. People conveniently get dropped right in front of their house.
Oh, yeah.
People have good relationships with bus drivers, so they get the detour that goes by their house. So if not everybody wants a proper bus route and proper bus stops.
There was mornings at number 10. I can remember, like at certain times, it'd just be like me on the bus because there's mostly 10s like they're like
are we
tourists.
Talking about buses?
I don't know. There's definitely tourists, and like I'll be driving, and if anybody know you coming down JFK, there's the little I think that's Milo Butler, one of them liquor stores, and the bus driver would be like, "You want anything?" So, we don't mind good, and he would stop on the side, go get his little body Colorasi and stuff like that, go in there, get his cups, come back inside the bus, and we mosey on. Very good. I get my COB. All right, and they take little shortcuts and drop you the COB.
You see, ain't everybody who want a bus route and bus stops. Jody said you better be prepared to be on that bus during the fast. You got to have your spirit right, especially during the fast. Angelica say drop leaf rhythm.
Oh, that drop leaf rhythm, buddy. That coming clutch.
Ian Stewart, a pleasant good morning to you.
Well,
is it morning where you are? Is it afternoon? Is it the same time?
Wherever
you are in the world, hey. To all of our listeners. Sure again. Angelica, stay in the spirit, please. Stay focused. Sensei, the 16A bus bouncing all the way to car. Michael. When they start overtaking each other, I draw the line, man.
That's part of the experience, Shauna. You gotta live for that. You gotta live for that almost dying. You can feel your heart out the chest.
And put the meat back in the... No, if you're the kind of person who's take meat out of the fridge and leave it on the side, you could kill. No, man, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's outright wrong. Delton, if you leave the meat by the Snickers, you can kill.
How about that?
No, man.
I should have done hot dog.
That's before. People like you is the reason why the meat be browning. Just
leave it alone.
They just put out today.
You know you got it for it. Just leave it alone. That was the bus stops, but the bus industry has very little regulation.
They don't even abide by the regular laws of where you turn and when you stop at traffic lights. They have less than little regulation. They are like below standard regulation of everybody else on the road.
We're just showing the age. We're just saying number 5 and 90. We should know you only see number 5. Because number 5, man, I ain't number 5 still around like that. That's the different bus route numbers. It's like number 5. Number 5, you know, allow that.
$9 from Julianne. Julianne said she was carrying $9 for apples. It wasn't one apple, it was a bag of apples. It was them little bag. But they have like the gala, the snappers. It was expensive. You ain't wrong. It was expensive.
Yeah, and it wasn't even good either.
Strawberries ain't even $9 no more. $9 for apple.
Yeah, which is weird. Strawberries, apparently there's a whole heap of strawberries because they just have them big sale of strawberries.
I'm scared of strawberries now after I see all them TikToks about things coming out of strawberries. That just ruined strawberries for me.
Little bugs.
Ruined strawberry for me. Do you think we can use bikes like Amsterdam? I think the problem with that, it's too hot.
It's what?
The problem with the whole having like a city that runs on bikes, it's too hot.
It is hot.
It's too hot, and then before we get to bikes, we got to work out pavement and road.
Because you have to change the roads.
The lines on the no, before you even change the roads, where is the middle of the road? Because the line ain't clear no more.
Yeah, I'd say so. For you're gonna need designated bike lanes.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
You can't just have people right up in the middle of the road.
London is going that route now. The bike route. It's with some success.
You gotta have bike lanes and they gotta be on the side because Bahamian drivers do not.
But first of all, in addition, also it's hot.
It's very hot, and at any point it can rain. That'll mess up your whole day.
That whole like driving in the blazing heat, riding your bike in the blazing heat. I know how I feel about it. Julianne says because if we do the passes, the drivers can't cut the bus owners. They don't want no pass system.
That is true. Because then you have you know exactly how much money the person makes. Because you know a lot of our buses, person that drive the buses, they don't own the buses.
Right.
Usually being old, well, like PLPs. Usually, it's like old PLPs. That's what it was. Because back in the day, that was a big thing for the government. You want a bus plates and you want taxi plates because you can rent them out. You can make money off them. Most taxi drivers, and there's very few taxi drivers. I mean, probably now it's probably changed, but very few of them actually own the plates that they're driving. Like when it's time for registration, someone else usually pays that fee.
I just want at this juncture to shout out to Miriam. Miriam was the first taxi driver I ever met when I moved to the Bahamas. She became our little personal taxi driver lady for a while when we had no car and we lived in Blair and we didn't know our way around and we didn't realize that using a taxi is an extortionate way to get from point A to B. But while I'm here, I want to shout her out. Miriam. That was a human being that could talk. Jesus.
Most of them though, most taxi drivers.
Oh my!
They definitely have that gift to get.
I still have recordings of in my phone where I would just press record while she was talking for like 15 minutes. Just record her while she's talking.
You still have it?
I still have them.
But yeah. So anyway, so that's why I think it probably will not work. It won't be an exciting addition for bus drivers who do that as a living, who don't own their bus plates, but it'll definitely help the masses and help the population. So we'll wait and see, and we'll talk to our.
Terrell say fruit by Steve Jobs. Fruit by Steve Jobs.
$9 apple. That have to be. And just like the Apple people, you bought it. Just like the Apple fans, you bought it.
My goodness.
I'm sure there's another cheap bag apple over there for $3.99. You was like, no, I want the fancy apples. Anyway, guys, so how are we talking about buses? I do not know.
Not a clue.
It's not
other things in the news and reviews.
Other things in news and reviews. What we have missed in the culture.
We're just carrying on smartly.
Yeah, I think now we're beginning to enter that. Okay, we are a little over COVID. We're over COVID. Right. About 60. I'll say about 64%. Finished with COVID. Finished with the whole COVID aspect of it. Like that whole I'm afraid of the pandemic.
Oh right.
Kind of thing. I'll say 64%.
Someone made a comment yesterday that any kind of lingering reporting on COVID is to make it feel like boosters weren't a waste.
The booster shots, stuff like that.
So give a couple more months so people who took a booster don't feel like it was a waste. Give a couple more months, still talking about it, making it feel like it's kind of sort of still in the air. Oh my goodness. Summer for me is it. After summer, I don't think I can comply with any mask wearing stipulations. I can give you all till August.
I ain't like going to these baseball games. Like I don't even look for masks. I'd be like, bro, if you get offended, that's on you.
But most people aren't wearing masks. And also, I'm starting to notice that the people who demand that masks be worn are becoming less obstinate. They're becoming less like you ain't. They just accept. I can wear mine. You're the one. Like they kind of just quieting down. They ain't really making that much of a fuss.
You remember I told the story back in the beginning of February about a place we went to. Where like we thought we needed a test, we didn't need a test.
Well, you did, but no one checked it.
No one checked the test.
Right.
I went back there.
Right.
Same thing. Nothing changed. I went back there about a week ago.
Oh,
nothing changed. Nobody asked for a test. Nobody asked where my mask was. I hop out the car with no mask. I forgot the mask. I was like, oh, let me go get my mask. And like no one's like, oh yeah. Everybody's like, oh, okay. If you want to get it, go ahead.
The vaccination pass. I've never had to use it. Never.
Pull it out.
Apart from when I went away, I've never had to use that.
Now, I think that'll be here for a while. I think that US, I don't think the US will
Oh,
for
okay.
now. I think the US.
Yeah.
I don't hear that would leave. But I think for the US, I think they might keep that in place for a little while longer.
What, showing your pass?
Yeah, needing to be vaccinated to travel. I don't think Uncle Joe can move that right now because then it can make it seem a little sketchy. So I think he can leave that there for about a year or so more.
Yeah.
Until this, like, okay, guys, we're clearly out of the pandemic now.
But I feel like if you don't go to the US in a year because you haven't been vaccinated, you don't need to go to the US. Don't go back there.
But don't go no more.
Don't go no more.
No, man. You miss IHOP. You still miss IHOP. You still miss IHOP. You still miss Denny's.
And IHOP was on its way here and did a U-turn. We don't know what happened to this day. We don't know.
Was it on Red Lobster?
Yeah.
Did it? Is it a complete turnaround? Or?
I
know the sign was on the door. The sign was on the building.
The sign was on the door, and then they put white tape over the sign.
No.
What happened thereafter? I don't know.
And no one said anything. It was like, hey, guys, these restaurants are coming here. Okay, no.
Now then.
There's no restaurants coming. We ain't coming. So anyway, if anybody got the scoop on what happened to the IHOP and the Red Lobster,
let us know.
Please let us know.
But we're over it.
QTNA. Questions that need answers. Other news and reviews. So COVID is gone. The war is happening. I
think school.
Are they still in the ceasefire? They're in the ceasefire now. Oh, it's done.
No.
They're on the ceasefire. I know they were on the ceasefire.
I think what needs to happen when it becomes to these ceasefires, we need to ensure that it's correctly translated in Russian. Because I don't think Putin understands ceasefire in the same sense that other people understand.
But I mean, it was Russia that issued the ceasefire. I think it was.
The first ceasefire, he didn't apply. He didn't comply.
Yeah.
The second one, he didn't comply. This might be a third one. The most recent news I read was that they're protesting because someone's been kidnapped. Now I'm like, this is really sound like 24.
Yeah, it's not like a movie.
This is starting to sound like a movie.
They kidnapped a mayor.
Kidnapped a mayor.
It's like for ransom.
Like ransom? What is it you? Because you're bombing hospitals. So what you kidnapping a mayor for?
50 million in unmarked bills?
Oh.
What exactly do you want?
Leave that on the border of.
Yeah, leave it on the border.
In the town of.
And unmarked bills.
Under the floorboards of
briefcase.
Of an old wooden shack.
If anybody follows you, you will be killed.
We're making light. We're making light of something that isn't light.
It isn't light.
But it does feel quite ridiculous. When
Yeah.
you watch it, it does feel almost unbelievable. But that's probably because it's being reported to feel so ridiculous and unbelievable. And Delton said this earlier, which I hadn't thought about before. This idea that Putin woke up one day and decided he wants to wage war on Ukraine is highly unlikely.
Yeah,
but that's very much how it feels.
I feel like we just sitting nowadays like bombs, so attacking Ukraine.
And then
What?
the woke people saying you don't pray for Ukraine because they're a bunch of racists. I said,
I heard someone say that, and I
don't
don't
pray
understand.
for Ukraine.
They said don't pray for them
because of the part they play in like perpetuating racism.
And
discrimination against Black people. It's like, so we're happy for the mothers who are giving birth.
And that's what I love.
Like be uprooted from the hospitals. I saw a picture of a lady pregnant walking down like the stairs of a hospital that was bombed. And that was I think of all the images I've seen, that was the most harrowing for me. Like carrying her belongings in a little plastic bag, heavily pregnant, and apparently like a few days later she had her baby. Yeah, that kind of stuff is like.
So the answer is it's our woke
that makes
Black
it real.
brothers and sisters.
It is our no, they're not. They ain't related to me in any way, shape, or form. Do not get
no brothers and sisters.
My thing is, I feel like if you're woke, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make
extreme.
You're supposed to be extreme. I think that's partly what it is. My thing is, if you woke and saved, you can't be doing that. You can't be woke, saved, and saying don't pray for Ukraine.
Pray for
no, you can't be doing that.
Those two don't go together.
No, but they on the live, they on the internet. They on Al Gore. Some people say it's Al Gore. Some people say it's Bill Gates. Some people say it's Beyonce's internet. Whoever's internet it is, they out there.
They on there saying dumbness. Anyway, moving right along. I don't know how we can just do this in passing. That the former prime minister issued a statement.
You have to picture.
I have the picture.
You need to put it
I was going to put it up.
No, it's in the newspaper. You need to put it up.
It can be small. That's why I didn't put it up. I don't think it'll be able to be seen.
No, we can see it. Put it
so,
up. We can see it.
In regards to something that was happening with the present government, and apparently the former prime minister, he was like, not quarantined, but I think he was out sick. Because in the press statement from the press secretary, they started off.
Who I feel like I've not seen as much of in recent times. I made that comment.
Yeah, he was out there.
I feel like after the expo, I haven't seen him
Not as much. Yeah. So he.
If I lie, somebody tell me, am I lying?
Came out there and he was like, first of all, let's start by saying we're very happy to see that the former prime minister is out of that he's feeling much better. Like he gave this little comments, because he was sick and we're happy that anyway. So let me put the thing up for those who might not have seen or heard about this situation. I can't remember exactly the whole situation around.
It's very clear. I don't know why you thought it would be small.
No, I mean the.
We can see that.
I don't remember like the whole story, so I can give the full context of what was in reference to. But for those who be on radio, it says the Human Minister has accused Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis of irresponsibly impugning. Oh, see, I can't see it. Impugning a non-profit organization affiliated with the former administrator's food program, warning his comments can make it difficult to attract private sector assistance in the future. It's a stupid and immature statement, an irresponsible statement to be made by any prime minister, and I can't wait to get in Parliament to bust his and therefore talking stupidness, Dr. Minnis said yesterday. This was in reference to, I can't remember the total amount. I think with $2 million or something, $3 million that was returned that didn't get properly assigned to something during the whole COVID and food distribution program situation. Now,
Shauna say never. What do you mean never? It happened.
I'm waiting. I haven't heard if there was a follow up yet from the
Prime Minister
the former Prime Minister.
Oh, on this statement.
Was this statement between him and the Tribune senior reporter? Was this we shooting the breeze
off the record?
We shooting the breeze, a kiki in. I talked to you. I didn't know you was like gonna put this out there.
Oh,
because I struggle to believe that a former prime minister
put this on the record.
Would put this on the record.
But then another former prime minister flipped the bird on camera.
He did flip the bird.
I feel like
it was a strong bird too. It was a strong.
And I feel like what happens is y'all frustrate them so much. That pen
don't care anymore.
As soon as they leave offices, they're like, "How?"
But the flip the bird one, and I think he was still in. I don't know if was he out? Was he out or was he still in at the time when he flipped the bird?
Probably he was still in.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
but to me, this seems like something you would say off the air. Oh, EW going back to week. All right, we can catch EW in a minute. There's something that you would say off air. This isn't something. Like I was waiting for Terrell to respond because Terrell would know this. He's in that media world.
All right.
If this was something that I talking to you on the side. Listen to me, wait. I can't wait. Oh, you wait. I can deal with them. You said them passing kiki. We walk off. Not like, hey, good afternoon, former Prime Minister. I am Rashad Roll of the Tribune. What's your take on this? With something in front of your face.
My belief is
you go ahead.
Y'all done made him so mad. He said what he said, and what he said is what he said. That's how I feel.
It's definitely a new day. I would put it like that. It is definitely a new day.
I just read that comment. I didn't even register any other emotion, but you can see he's tired. He's tired. Y'all done made him weary.
But my thing is just don't talk,
made him weary.
Man. Like you don't have to talk. They were practically campaigning then. Oh, so yeah, all right. So he was in.
Oh, it was a time when okay, cool.
So it's good when Prime Minister Christie was in, and they were campaigning. Just he was there. Was that your picture, Terrell? The one that I kept on using, and I see people using as a T-shirt. Was it your picture? Did you get any money from that? I saw some people who was doing shirts with that, and I was like, I wonder if they pay the person who actually took the photo
of what
of Prime Minister Christie flipping the bird.
They made T-shirts.
Yeah, shirts with that on there. Out there, like being sold. Yeah. But anyway, let's go back. Let me
comment from EW.
Let me go back to
very interesting.
Number 4.
Why is he saying number 4?
That's me. I'm number 4.
Oh,
in reference to the Road Brothers.
Oh, because you're the 4th. Got it.
If you do a deep history search and see who the Ukrainians are, it may shed a little light on the situation. EW, if you have the cliff notes, send them to.
Send us a summary.
Send it to me. Let me look at that.
Okay. Let me put it like this. I'm asking this question genuinely to hear your thoughts. For the Ukrainians, you got to do a deep history search. For the Germans, you don't, right? if this was happening in Germany, because your atrocities, or even if it's not all your atrocities, some, we know enough to know your history is not very, very good. If this was happening in Germany, for example, where the atrocities are known, would we respond in kind? Would we say does it become okay for the believer to say, I'm not going to pray because I know of a history
of what
is quite
what
dark.
this country is?
Let me add America, because America has a dark historical past. If this was happening in America, let's say America was a weaker country, because we can't imagine something like this would happen in America, because
Definitely not.
All the guns, they got them. Would our response be the same? Because I'm not saying that they don't have a dark history, a history that is plagued with discrimination and atrocities. What I'm asking is, when we're praying for our world in turmoil, praying for our world in conflict,
we pick up something.
Do we do so on a conditional basis, or do we just pray anyway, allow ourselves to be led by the Spirit? But when you see that the world is being unsettled by conflict in a particular region, when you see that families are being uprooted and children are running and fleeing on their own. I saw a story of an 11-year-old boy who had to just run. Left his, don't know if he had family to leave. I didn't go into detail. When you see that kind of stuff, do you not just pray anyway? Because I feel like, I don't doubt Ukraine has a dark past. And I have no intention of researching the history because I don't want to know. What does research in their history do for me as a believer in this circumstance, in this situation?
Put a filter
Is there
prayer.
a place where the believer can sit, pray, that doesn't, I don't know, I'm trying to understand how knowing about the history, should that affect my prayer?
Should we not pray, or should
that change my prayer? Do I need to know the history in order to pray? Like, will my prayers be slightly more effective, slightly more targeted? And I'm not asking this like ironically. I'm being genuine. I'm asking genuinely.
Or is it a prayer? You pray for the people of Ukraine, not the country. Is there something wrong with the country? Or should I just not pray for the current people? Because the current people, I don't know what they are. History.
And I can see why, and I can understand why people who are privy to the, the history of Ukraine will see people jumping on the bandwagon, because there is that bandwagon of pray for Ukraine, and then they post a really sad a picture that's quite pitiful and emotive. And the reality is, you probably don't pray very much on a normal day, and now you want everyone now you out there telling everyone to pray for Ukraine. So I get that it's a response to the bandwagon and that popular culture where the sympathy is being directed in a certain place that we don't know very much about. But okay, he's not saying don't pray. Okay, because my point was, the people who are saying stay woke, we're not praying for Ukraine, that was who I was making the comment on. So when you said we should do a research, and if you research their history, I assume that you were saying you were agreeing with the people who were telling us that because of their history, y'all don't pray for them.
Oh,
but I hear you.
Chelsea came with another side, but that's different, Risha. We just said Reverend Shauna I asked last night, do you have a heaven or hell to put people in? You be in judgment until your sinful self. Oh, Shauna, who's coming for, Shauna?
That sounds very rhetorical.
Shauna, who's coming for?
She wasn't asking no question. Don't get it twisted. She posted like a question, but she wasn't asking you all.
Chelsea said, praying for one on one side and not the other, regardless of their history, displaying partiality, which should not be the posture of a child of God.
Definitely.
Good point.
That's definitely a good point.
So pray for everybody. Russia, Putin. What's the name of the president of Ukraine?
Zelensky.
He looks like a cool guy. He looks like some of the movie. I ain't like. When you see him in the fatigues and the army, like this guy look. He looks straight from a movie.
Yeah. He is that young cool.
Yeah, he looks straight from a movie. And the cool guy. Oh, this is cool. This is a cool president.
Shauna with it. Shauna saying,
I don't know.
Do you have with your sinful self?
Just sinful self. So anyway, so that's the Ukraine. I'm sure EW probably typing some more. So we'll get EW when he come in. He was an actor. I don't think he looked
giving me Arnold Schwarzenegger vibes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, he
actor turned governor turned president. No, not him. I mean the idea of someone who used to be an actor becoming
a
political leader.
Yeah. Anyway, so But yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I definitely feel like
Muhammad
type in a
views.
paragraph.
OEW.
Mhm.
I think he is too. That's why I went away.
We ain't gonna move on too quickly. Past DW, but good to see you. I feel like we've not seen past DW on DGMT.
I mean, we haven't seen ourselves on DGMT in a while.
This is also very, very correct.
Like, we haven't seen ourselves on DGMT in a while. Do you see Americans were vocal about prayer during the Civil War last year? So he says he started a movie about randomly becoming the president. Oh, you lie. Look at that. Designated survivor. He is not a
designated survivor.
All right, so we got TW statement with me.
I know this is going to sound like a little out of the way, right? But I do wonder sometimes. Like, if you look in the Bible, sometimes war was very much the will of God. Like, people dying and nations falling.
Seriously.
It was very much God's plan. Like, no, you're going to do this. Because
God's like, no.
In fact,
go after them.
I'm right there in the middle of this. And I do
pursue
wonder,
and overtake.
And I do feel like, I was like, war for someone like me who's just far removed from it.
Anything
never like
yeah.
Because initially when the wars, in my mind, I was like, advances in science, advances in medicine, advances in technology, advances in education, advances in just every area. Why are we still solving things by fighting? Like, by like war? You know, like the war that kind of like tears down. This is something that's so destructive. To me, it seems quite primitive. And I know that's a very strong comment to make, but I just can't see. I struggle to understand it, right?
And
that was my initial reaction.
Our technology in war now even makes it even worse. Because back then, you
when people are threatening to use weapons that will destroy the whole entire world, like, why would you want to do that?
Like, to me, that's the thing now. It's like, hold on. If you use the Bible times, they had swords, rock, little ball, and thing like that. I come around in the country, I stop, shoot the
all have weapons that will only leave
these
roach.
Guys.
Only leave roach.
These guys are planning now. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a bomb, take out the whole country. What? Hold on. Whoa, time out. We close. Like, time out. Like, if you shoot that from there, Russia, I don't know if you know this, your bomb could miss. And if it misses, it's gonna land close to the Bahamas. Like, hold on, push time out.
But I was saying that to say, I did at a moment sit down and think, you know, war sometimes is the will of God. War is sometimes very much part of the plan. You know what I mean? And there is an outcome that he desires. And so when we're praying,
could they not leave that war phase in the old dispensations?
I don't know, Delton.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Prophesied that the war was never going to stop, though. Rumors of war and war.
Rumors and war and the wars.
I think we were given enough warning to know no, people are still going to fight wars.
Like, the fight is going to happen.
Till the day I return.
Like, people can get the smoke, regardless.
But I kind of feel like when we're praying, I would definitely agree that, you know, we don't jump on bandwagons.
Yeah.
And don't be moved by the
media.
Pick a side. Allow ourselves to be emotionally manipulated by what we see and what we read. But that there is a will of God in this. And our prayer should be seeking to partner with the will of God, regardless of whether it's something we like or don't like, something we understand or don't understand.
Jody said we soon hear this was a result of some arms dealer in the Western Hemisphere looking to ply his wares. Straight out of a movie, Jody. Straight out of a movie.
Nothing we see on films is not real. I feel like everything we see in movies exists naturally or spiritually. Every creature they create has come from somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
Every monster, every alien has come from somewhere. Every idea exists.
I definitely believe so. I don't take nothing for granted in these movies that they just let's randomly create this thing here. No, I think you got that idea from somewhere. So.
You may not know where you got it from, but yeah, I know.
But there's definitely something like that out here already.
Anyway,
speaking of doing things my way. Speaking of doing things my way. And for those that see the title of the show, that's the title of the show.
But that segue you get 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Speaking of doing things, as we get ready to wrap up, it's 2:05.
Yeah, man.
We got to go. We gotta go. For those that missed this happened in the
question is how?
In the Freeport.
If you missed this, how?
Is it Freeport? I know it's in Grand
This was
Bahama.
sent to me at least 9 times.
I got it. I got it twice. I think I got it twice.
No, I got it plenty times. Delton and I have a faithful group of DGMTers who will ask us, who will contribute material and content,
tag us and stuff.
Will tag us in things and send us videos. There's that faithful set. Then there's also a faithful set of DGMTers. And if I had the spur of my past, I would call their names, but I ain't like that. A faithful set of DGMTers who will ask us where the show is. Like, I didn't see no show today. What's going on? It's now 12. What's happening? Now they've become quieter over time because they're realizing that time is really no respect to a person on DGMT. The fact that it's 12 o'clock doesn't mean a thing. But there's a faithful set. This particular video brought out people I usually know to be
fans of the show.
To be not fans. No, I know they're fans, but they're not necessarily video contributors, nor are y'all having show this weekend, because we got to talk about this. This video pulled out all and
bring them out.
Bring them out. This video.
So,
but I realize it's because Bahamians, y'all don't take funerals lightly. This is a serious thing.
Very serious thing.
It's a very serious thing. Anyway, I'm jumping ahead.
So this happened in. You say this is. Oh, this was thinking. This was in West End. Grand
Marisha knows all the deets.
All the details.
And people them.
This this is what happened. For those that don't know, and for persons like E.W. Hayes and those, I would say Ian, but Ian is baby. Ian see this ready.
He has to see this.
Have to see this ready. This is what transpired.
How does Jody miss it? Jody out. Anyway, that's why we're here. Don't worry.
And more, much more than this, I did it my way.
We don't sing no one in church. It's God's way. It's God's way. All right?
Goodness.
My way and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
We don't sing no one in church. It's God's way. It's God's way.
So that happened at the funeral. So, brother, I saw his name.
To your Facebook.
I saw his name too, because it ended up being a part of one of the daily papers. And
see, Shauna know him too.
Shauna know him.
No, Marisha, send that, please.
What Marisha have? She have things?
She said, "Tell me you all saw the news interview in response."
I was gonna take it down, but I didn't have time to take it down. So
because all I have is the repass where he finished his song.
Oh, you finished it off?
Yeah. I sent that to you.
Well, I can't remember what's his name.
Pray it one more time. Pray one more time. One more time.
Away and more, much more than this, I did it my way.
We don't sing no one in church. It's God's way. It's God's way. All right?
Tap him on the shoulder. I did a double tap like I not say, guys, no. Nothing, we don't know what's in church, eh? You know? It's God's way. It's God's way. And people just looking around like clap? No.
So my response to this was a kiki. Like I just a kiki and I moved on. But
when I
saw the comments, I say, oh no, people ain't taking this.
No, people didn't take it.
This very well. Janae know him too.
Of course.
That's Janae friend.
That's a friend from Freeport. They made a school together. Let me if someone have the news report, they can send it to me real fast. Because I have the picture portion of it. I don't have the actual report. I do apologize. I should have been prepared.
When you gone a couple of weeks, you forget the whole
I
system,
forget to save
the whole program.
And I watched it and I was like,
doesn't even run Johnny Cake Muffin. I never had one of these before.
Oh, ma'am, that's the truth right there, ma'am.
This is dangerous.
Because it's small enough just to be good. This is good and small. It's like, you know what? This is pretty tasty right here. There you go. All right. So I got it just now.
You got it?
Someone.
So
Thanks to Marisha.
DGMT is what say y'all? Because one of the people that slipped in my DMs and asked me whether we were having show today wanted to know what the people them, Delton, myself, and you, the hosts collectively of this
hosts
wonderful Saturday afternoon show that we so frequently enjoy.
Saturday
Maybe
afternoon.
not regularly,
I
but
did that.
frequently.
Saturday afternoon show. I did that.
She wanted to know, is there a right way to celebrate our loved ones? Like, can someone tell you how you supposed to celebrate your loved ones and that have gone, that are dearly departed in the house of the Lord? Like, I don't know. That's what she wanted to know.
Now, my question was too, was like, how long did it take for Rev to realize what song he was singing?
Because he was at the end.
It was like, I don't think it was the end. Oh, you Revy. You Revy today.
It's better for the faces.
Yeah, we did a different lighting.
Like less glare and stuff.
You've just been joined by a potentate.
He's gonna turn on you.
There goes the light.
There we go. It was fun too. It was fun about it last. Bishop, where you going? Johnny Cake.
That's what I'm checking to take him from the Domino's, please.
I wasn't offering you no.
That's Todd? Oh. I don't know that's Todd. Oh.
Does he have cook? Man, gosh.
We do apologize for those at the time.
Sorry, we've had a pleasant distraction.
No man, I think I'm like. Oh, they changed the little song thing. Oh, they go fancy.
Blue, please. Blue, please.
Coconut.
Guys, we welcome the bishop into the room. He is very much the bishop on today.
Oh yeah, he's dressed as bishop. You go to me or you been to me?
Oh, okay.
Give it. Oh, Jesus Lord. Nice Jesus. Oh.
I didn't catch any of that. That happens regularly when the bishop is speaking to his longtime friend.
Close personal friend of mine.
Close personal friend. They'll communicate. I missed the whole thing.
Oh no, God, I use the light situation to do things.
That's not usually there.
Mm.
So let me see. The best thing to do is to speak to. Okay, let's get these comments. Hold on.
I did it my way.
Miss Mary Lightborn says the best thing to do is speak to their family when arrangements are being made and have all the songs and proceedings pre-approved. Now that was my thought. That's my thought. But then if you have like an open tribute moment, like please come up and we have 5 minutes for anybody who would like to say any words. It could go any way. Mm-hmm. So in a case like that, where the priest sees something he doesn't want happening in the house of the Lord, is he permitted to just insert himself? I mean, he gave him the friendly double pat.
The double tap was funny. He
wasn't trying to be aggressive.
Hey.
He wasn't trying to be aggressive or offensive. You don't have a mic today. Bishop is not getting a mic today. You're not getting a mic today.
I have some very, very wonderful Anglican friends, including the wonderful Mary.
Go ahead, man. Talk to the mic, man. So people go.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. Every time we try to leave your pull us back in. We're gonna read the comments before we hear what the bishop says.
I even in comment. I asked the question.
Before you ask your question.
My literary
literally.
Yeah, astute friend.
I was gonna say something.
Who's extremely changed. Trained in this area. I wanted a definition. I just couldn't remember top of my head, and my phone freezing. It is a freezer I like. But I want you to tell me what does
our English advisor.
Yeah, my English advisor.
In simple terms, it means two-faced.
What does it mean
to have
duplicitous?
Two-faced to have
double
to have two sides. Two sides. So one side opposes the other, and they are embodied in one person and one character.
So how would you advise someone to deal with people who are duplicitous?
How would you advise someone to deal with people who are duplicitous?
Yeah.
Depends on the circumstances, no?
Right.
See, because now you've gone beyond my training. I just know the meanings of it. I don't know how to counsel people that embody certain characteristics. I could just tell you what the characteristic is. Let me read these comments before the bishop gets where he's going, because he's going somewhere, and he want to pretend today he ain't going anywhere. I think Father definitely should have reviewed the program to avoid embarrassing or offending the people there.
Why is it like this?
It's been like that.
First of all, we have a certain set of people speaking in the daytime. We run them.
Y'all, a lot of y'all been blamed around my children and call my children violent and
violent. First of all, no one called a children name.
I don't like this. Y'all be blaming my children.
No one said anything but a children. Or who didn't know who was.
Did she know the camera on? Did she get all of this?
No,
your camera's on.
I have to so you fix it.
So I think Father should have definitely reviewed the program to avoid embarrassing and offending the people, because embarrassment and offense was definitely feelings that were felt. If you vary from the song selection, then you get embarrassed.
You talking about somebody reading?
No, I'm reading the comments. Yeah. I attended a funeral before where that song was sung as tribute because it was the deceased person's favorite. Now, if you watch the repass version where he finished off the song, it becomes apparent that that was actually one of the favorite songs of the deceased.
Yeah, no, they said that. They said that in the interviews.
Right. Okay.
What did they say on the news? I didn't watch the news thing. What did they say? I saw a picture with somebody holding the mic.
So I'm hearing that they did review. They did review the program. Yeah, I'm reading these comments.
No, but you watched it before you.
No, I didn't watch the news.
He was on the news, right?
Yes, he did do. I think Delton has it now. You want to play that?
I'm loading now.
I would love to know what he said. Was he offended? Y'all know, was he mad or?
We're gonna watch. He's loading it. We can watch. In the meantime, I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna finish reading the comments. Apparently they did review the program. So Marisha, seems like you have some insider scoop. I don't know if you got that from the news report, but while we're waiting for it to load,
she is a resident.
Is it that a resident
funeral singer?
A resident funeral singer, a resident Anglican. She's a resident. You really the expert on this. Question: was the song on the program, or was the song a deviation from the program?
Couldn't have been on the program.
I don't think that the actual
the priest could have approached the situation better. He embarrassed him. How would you suggest Sin Smith better could have been done?
But before we go better, I think it's be careful commenting on this from the standpoint of, let's say be careful. Let's just be careful. I think there are things that we don't know that we need to know. In the case of, rather than using people's church, let me use my church, the church I pastor. We tell people who bring a baby for Christian, don't bring no godfather here who high or who drunk. Don't bring your brethren, your soldiers them here. Tom, but they can be a godfather and we smelling liquor on them, smelling meat on them, they outside church doing whatever. You are not going to embarrass us, but I promise you we can embarrass you. So if someone, after we didn't tell you that, and they come for a christening and the weed and the liquor, go back to your seat. Mm-hmm. So but I'm saying that now, if somebody has a camcorder or somebody has a cell phone, I say camcorder, I old school. If somebody takes their cell phone out during a christening at Life Worship Center, and someone comes up there, and I smell the weed or I see the boy eye glassy and he can't pay attention, whatever the case is, and I say, no, move him, you gotta go. No, bro, you can't stop him to God parent, nothing here. You gotta go. Then somebody captures that, and now we evil.
Yeah. Right.
We share people at the house of God.
Right. We chase people out of the church. But then, so we don't know that background information. Now, I don't know if Rev them, tell them, listen, I need all songs to be sung. And only, what I need to do?
To lift your camera a bit.
Lift my camera up.
This angle isn't wonderful. Lift it up. And then to lift it up. You listened to the recording I sent you yesterday?
I did. Okay. Which one?
You did or did not?
Which one?
The recording.
I didn't know the video you sent.
I sent you two. Anyway, we digress again. We have an office meeting, church meeting, right on the show. It's be all happening right here on DGMT. Yeah. Okay, have we got the video ready? Because it sounds like some of these questions are answered. And so before we go on, we really should. As our resident expert has advised us.
They're okay, but ain't country.
All right.
Our resident expert has advised that we watch the video before we go on.
I felt
because there was a meeting
that he was truly out of order.
Singer and nephew of the deceased, David Storr, thought his uncle would have it his way at his funeral through the request of a special song. However, Storr says he was rudely interrupted by the priest of a West End church. Storr says the priest slapped him on his back, in which he thought that was a form of encouragement, until he heard the words, "Thank you, my brother."
Thank you, son. We don't sing no one in church, eh? It's God's way. It's God's way. All right.
Storr added that he is not new to the church and that he did not see anything wrong with the song My Way by Frank Sinatra.
I am not new to church protocol. I've been in the church. Okay? I know what it is to reverence the house of God. I know what it is to reverence God. So if by any means I felt that the song was out of order, then I would have said something to my family.
Storr says that a list of songs are normally requested prior to funerals and weddings, adding that if the priest wanted the service ran in a certain way, that he should have done his due diligence.
This your house. You made it clear that's your house. But obviously, you didn't do what you had to do, because if you really was keeping order of your house, I would have never end up on there singing a song that you didn't approve of.
Days later, a video of the moment went viral across social media platforms, including TikTok and Facebook, where a shirt was made with the nephew's face and words, My Way, on it. A TikTok video later also making its rounds of a young woman reenacting the moment. Son of the deceased, Donovan Garvey Sr., says the siblings wanted to ensure that there were no hiccups, and on that day, there was only one.
It took away from a lot of people because a lot of people didn't believe that he did that. You know, it was a form of disrespect to the family. He spoke as if he knew my father. He didn't know my father. They worked together for some time, but he didn't know him. If he knew him, he would not have interrupted that song. He would understand why he wanted that song to be sang. On numerous occasions over the years, he told me, whenever I pass, son, this is a song I want to be sang at my funeral.
The family is also confused at the priest's action because they said they sat with the priest prior to the funeral.
The congregation didn't respond to him for some time. So he went on rambling about, y'all acting like y'all dead. Only Garvey dead in this church. Only Garvey dead, which was disrespectful and distasteful. There is no need for that. What you got to show off and do all of these things for? You had this discussion with the family already.
Son Troy Garvey says family members remain disappointed as they have yet to hear anything from the priest, noting that they want an apology.
When he did that, the bleachers cleared, the benches were cleared basically out of the church. And he literally ran people. And to hear people saying that, I ain't going to that church, I think Bishop Lachboy need to do something. The church and God is a God of order, not confusion. And he confused us that day, big time.
Now, our ZNS News team has contacted the Anglican priest, who said he wishes to give the family time to grieve and declined to further comment. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Okay, that was courtesy of ZNS News Bahamas, the Northern edition, before they come for our show and try to put us down. We want to give credit where credit is due. Okay, so
Jesus, Delton, you see how these numbers done double?
oh, people coming out.
That double tap bring double numbers. My goodness.
So
That tap was so
hey guys,
crazy.
not here. we don't do that here.
Angelica Rose.
I thought he was saying, sing, bro.
Yeah.
Angelica Rose said the double tap was friendly. Well, it could have been perceived as friendly because he thought it was an encouraging tap. So
It was like, hey
a,
man, sing
it
one.
wasn't a
The
beating
voice.
tap. It wasn't like a
Singing.
pop, pop, stop it.
Nobody like,
It
hey,
was a pop, pop.
sing the song, boy.
Go ahead.
Sing
Go
the song.
ahead.
But sing, but
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Shante, good afternoon to you. We see you slipping on the live 46, Delton 46.
So Marina says, honestly, I didn't think that father didn't see the program. I honestly think that father didn't see the program. His assistant did, and she didn't check the songs. Marina said it was on the program.
The song was on the program?
Based upon what the family said, it's not too. It seems like this was something that was said. That this
no,
is
man, I heard that. And nothing they suggest that.
we said it said in the meeting.
No, he didn't.
No,
say that.
I don't think he
what
said explicitly that they
No,
had.
he said they had a meeting. He didn't say they said that they was going to sing that song.
But then this, anyway.
Anyway,
I
But
think
then-
but the question is the song offensive? Because I think that's that seemed for me what the man's main argument was.
That's relative to Rev. Rev don't think that song is appropriate in God's house. Talk about how you do it your way, you should do it God's way. We preaching, but don't think it's God's way. So Rev have that prerogative. But my thing is, when Rev have those kind of strong views, Rev need to be like a church that I'm now modeling. I found out about this church that you cannot. I found this out when we used the church. Life used this church for a wedding, and the pastor's a dear friend of mine. And yet, still, I was told to make sure he gets a copy of the songs that were going to be sung at the wedding. I said, what? And I never used to do that. I never used to do that kind of stuff. I would just give a little guidance, a little caution, but I never was that strong.
Right.
He actually wanted the songs by a certain date to listen to them. Guess what I do now? I get songs at a certain date for me to listen to them because I thought that is brilliant. Because if you have these strong views, then
you need to have the necessary.
You need to have things put in place.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to have the list of the songs them so I can I'll make love to you. Nothing, yeah.
But they make love to you, they marriage.
Right, at the reception.
Do you do reception?
Yeah, you do. You do. Not in the Lord's house. No.
I remember at one at an older church. I remember I was the DJ and the sound person at the time for the wedding, and I remembered that a person wanted the song for the reception. The song they wanted was that these streets don't love you like I do. You need to know that. It's a song by their sister Tanya Stevens. And I remember when I saw it, I was like, no. And I did not play the song. He didn't get a chance to get to the pastor.
I know the song though.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know the song? That these streets don't love you like I do? Oh, it's very...
It's a good DJ because you knew the song.
I knew the song. And we've had that before where persons one time even for a life wedding, somebody wanted to play a song, and I was like, nope. And I told them it's not going to be played. And I told them what I'm going to play. And y'all can walk up to this.
No, it ain't be no baby. I want this. I don't want a baby song no wedding.
Baby.
I want that.
You know the song though.
I like the song, but I don't want a baby. I don't know that for church.
Why you got baby?
I don't want it no church.
Baby.
But you better cut that part out.
Why? Because that's not.
Because you got a baby.
I just don't like that. They ain't worshipy. This is a worship service. Baby. No.
So you're saying that the worship, so for funerals and weddings, keep the church portion worshipy.
It's church. I don't know if y'all know that. That's what it is. It's church.
I was gonna say something very low.
I think I'm getting more and more personally. I'm getting more and more convicted about that. And these things I used to be loose concerning, but no, this is church. This is a worship. So you have a part of your wedding ceremony that's secular, but that's not the part that goes in the church. So you could do that. That's not church. You call it reception. If you want to do your tribute and your little cussing and your laughing jokes or whatever the case is, because you could do that. Do that to repass. I mean, this wasn't cussing. No, I'm saying. But I was saying, if you want to do them kind of stuff, you do it and go rent one hall or something and have a memorial service, whatever the case is. But when you come to the worship service, it's guided. This whole idea where, anyway, I probably get in trouble too. If I say that.
Let me get these comments because we could sit here and listen
a lot
to
of
the bishop all day. A lot of comments in. So Marisha, tell me I didn't read her previous comments. I've gone back. She said she honestly thinks that the father didn't see the program.
Yeah,
his assistant did, and she didn't check the song. So you read that?
Yeah, I read that.
He was offended. Shauna, you mean the man?
Yeah, he was offended.
The man. I mean, he was offended because he did a whole news report on it.
Hold on. So
didn't let it drop. Why?
Go back this now. Go back. You said the one about the assistant priest.
It's likely that his assistant saw and didn't check the songs.
Oh, likely
that the priest himself did not see the program.
That was an assumption then. Nobody.
This is an assumption.
Oh, okay. I thought that's factual.
No.
Okay.
It was on the program apparently. Dana say, okay, I reached. Good afternoon. In fact, good night, Dana.
Yeah. Hey,
we say schoolie.
You don't call people schoolie, man.
Huh?
Call people me schoolie.
College? So which type of college?
I know.
That's true. College can be schoolie.
College schoolie.
Is it university?
Alumnus?
No, but I don't die hard like schoolie.
Fellow alumni.
What? COB was flamingos back then? What y'all was?
Caribs.
We ain't had none. We
Yeah,
COB.
COB
COB was so hot, we didn't need it.
It's Caribs.
But we didn't need it.
Yeah.
Because you go COB.
You said you didn't have it.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was Caribs.
We're never going to get through these comments. Let's keep going.
Hey, we say schoolie.
Julie say,
my COB schoolie.
He thought Rev was cheering him on.
Yeah, he did. Hey.
Dana say he saw that video. Shauna say TikTok. TikTok is dangerous. TikTok is the problem in society today. The internet stays undefeated. Love and Gospel, episode 1. Your Trapsy, and that's it, and that's all. 70 said the TikTok video was extremely funny. Oh Lord Jesus. And then Andy said, good evening, everyone. Indeed.
Evening, Andy.
Everyone's laughing at the TikTok. Let me see. Let me skim through. So did the funeral end prematurely?
No, it
I don't
didn't.
think so.
According
But
to
I
him.
think the atmosphere was a little cold.
According to
after
the brother,
that.
he said the bleachers got empty.
The bleachers-
This is joking.
Like the people just
the bleachers got empty.
became unresponsive.
That said so much.
Other Valiant Saxons live. The bleachers got
When
empty.
you say
When
bleachers-
senior man said the bleachers get empty, that said volumes to me. If I was father, I'd be like, okay, you know what?
Dana said they put the laughing reporter on that, but she did a good job because I would not have been able to report that they made a T-shirt. I did it my way without bursting out in laughter. I don't know how she read that and went through that part of the report without bursting out laughing. I'm proud of her. See why I tell you all watch the video. They trap C. I don't know if the video made me feel clearer on the issue. It made me clear on what they felt, but
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's how I
necessarily
feel.
clear on how they got to the point where that happened. I still don't get how that happened because I did not glean from what they said that nobody explicitly said Rev knew this song was going to be sung. No one said that.
No, that's
They said Rev had a meeting. I heard him say Rev should check the songs.
Yeah.
I heard those two things.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that anyone say Rev knew we was gonna My Way, because My Way is not the is
what
my,
I assume is that they saying
the
that
title of the song is My Way. You very clear because that's the part of the song Rev had an issue with. Some of these songs, the title is very
vague.
is vague. It's elusive. You don't know what the song is about. But no, the part he had a problem with is the name of the song. So is this a case? Yeah, so I didn't feel cleared up. I'm glad I know what the family think, but I don't necessarily feel like I know how they ended up.
I don't hear Rev preach, but Rev must be oily.
Listen, Father P, hand so heavy on those taps.
okay,
Shauna, one thing.
it's loud, man.
This could be good. The song was on the program.
Get your boy in that meat.
So,
Yeah.
so
Right, the
Marisha
video
is
show.
reiterating, and I'm assuming she's stating this now as something
That's
she was
facts.
as
That
fact.
the song was on the program.
That's factual, man.
That the song
I
was on
think
the program.
because the way she
said it
said this
twice.
twice, I think she said the song was on the program.
No, he said he should have done his due diligence. I don't think Father got the song.
No, but I'm saying if Marisha's saying that, I mean, if she's confirmed factually that was on the program, but Rev got it on for the team.
Yeah, you know you have to.
Rev again, right?
Now,
No, Rev.
and to me, if it's on the team, if it's on the program, then to me, Rev should let that happen, and then come on at the end and fix it.
And without rebuking senior man.
Yeah, no, because that's easy to do. I mean, this is like no hard cussing song you gotta fix.
But then Rev, program or no program, seeing the program, no seeing the program, that doesn't, based on what Rev believes, I'm not saying this is my opinion. So Rev, okay, so let's take what we feel like we know now, okay? The song was on the program,
Mhm.
and no one had come to them to let them know beforehand that this was unacceptable.
Mhm.
However, to Rev, this was unacceptable. We are still in God's house right here in this moment. I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't see it on the program, but I hear you singing this song in God's house, and we don't do that here. And Rev interrupts. Is it that because he didn't do his due diligence, he now needs to apologize for the interruption? But actually, I'm still going to make sure you don't sing that song in the Lord's house. No. We're still here in this moment now. Am I going to let you sing the song in the Lord's house, knowing I don't agree with it, knowing I'm the keeper of this realm? I'm the keeper of this realm, the shepherd of this sheep. And right here, right now, you're about to do something I outrightly disagree with. I may have to apologize later. Why did you get to come off camera?
My camera's blurry. Trying to fix that.
You still doing comments? Because if I comment, I don't want.
Yeah, no. Don't hold that.
Yeah, I don't.
So let me see what people say. Rev really should have done his song due diligence and get the song list. I think they are rightfully offended. Stephanie agrees. K L, you're too trapsy for me. Tanya Stevens song in any church, Jesus. It's plus.
It's plus. And that would have been her song.
Jody Ann, I don't know why people feel it's okay. So Rev was right then. Was Rev right if he didn't do his due diligence based on what the people them say?
You don't get to me. You asking me?
Sister, no, I'm asking rhetorically.
Oh,
not you.
okay. You asked it twice to like you pause.
No, I thrown it out to the people because they make a comment. No, I'm pausing for the people who are commenting. So that's what you do when you have viewers who are commenting. You got to pause to let them respond, and you could read their comments. This is a different show. One-on-one, y'all, let's do things.
One-on-one now. They's right comments now.
No, exactly.
Oh,
we don't do that here.
Don't talk no best of our show.
One-on-one, they can rouse people.
When he say we do it God's way. Bishop is right. It is the church. Elder Andy Smith say it good, Bishop. You will additional guest is change Trey's subject, ma'am.
Who? Oh, y'all auditioning guests.
Change the subject. Too easily distracted. Agreed.
I
Tanya,
ain't changed no subject.
Tina
yet.
Munnings roll. Good afternoon, good day to you. Welcome to DGMT. If this is your first time commenting on Facebook, if it isn't, forgive me for my forgetfulness. Could have been worse. Could have been My Way by
Usher. Could have been that way. And that was-
I get married.
yeah.
I go.
My way. My way. What's that song about?
I
I don't
I
remember.
definitely know it ain't Lady Jesus.
Yeah, none of these songs. This ain't about the highway of the Lord.
No, this ain't I Found Highway.
Father had to approve the program.
Or You Made a Way.
Father had to approve the program. Rev probably thought that they knew better. Oh, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, what is this? We have Pastor Kellen Russell commenting paragraphs on DGMT.
Commenting on the show today.
This morning. I don't know if I feel honored, scared, surprised, offended. I'm not sure how to feel. But good afternoon
You
to
don't comment on our show,
Pastor Kellen Russell.
You don't comment on our show.
He says.
I don't mean Pastor Kellen way back in the before y'all being Pastor Kellen was friends. You know?
Who you?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it again, Marisha.
You and Kellen was friends?
They're doing it
Me
again.
and Pastor Kellen was we used to do a show together on Once Plus. That was Glory 93.9. Y'all didn't like him then. Hey, Pastor Kellen. He's my friend.
Boy, you better go in.
He was going Once Plus and record a show.
That's right, remember that?
Yeah, y'all didn't like him then.
No, y'all make him mad because you and
No, it's Marisha.
It's Marisha making mad.
Yeah. I went to call him the prayer thing. He's like, all right, I ain't your friend. So.
Yeah, it wasn't no me. Kellen is my good friend.
I think at this point I'm going to bow out.
He's my brother.
Delton, you read the
I don't necessarily like the way it
yeah.
was done by the priest. However, we must be very careful to keep the sanctuary a sacred place consecrated for worship unto God. If we ain't careful, Champion Bubbler may be someone's favorite song to be sung at a funeral. That's a bit over the top, but you get the point. Champion Bubbler.
When you started referencing
Bubbler.
Bubbler.
And this is why I'm asking.
Champion Bubbler.
But this is why I'm asking. I think the principle is agreed, but people are saying Rev should have done his due diligence. My thing is, due diligence or not, does the principle change? That he has a responsibility to keep the house sacred. Okay, he didn't do his due diligence. Does it mean he have less responsibility to keep his?
The Champion Bubbler rubbed it that's in my spirit. So I just come from a federalist now for a fellow named King. You might have an original king. That would be right. Because you saying he's an original.
Delton, we come into one-on-one on Monday, and we're going to derail the whole conversation.
I should have said it when I go for my remarks for the bishop. He was original king. That would have been right.
Oh, Rev is a gangster, y'all. Stay right there. Julian insists Rev was dead wrong. He did not do his due diligence. You can't take these chances in 2022.
No, I think
he's learned now.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think that mistake will ever be made again. Tina says it's her first time. Tina, we warmly welcome you to that good morning tea / afternoon coffee. Malika says, hey, the question is, where you in? I ain't even giving you a warm welcome. She keeps running back to see me do it my way. Oh, that's what Usher's song say. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, Marisha. Thanks.
She keeps running back to see me do it.
One of the lines is she keeps running back to see me do
it. Whoa. Pump the brakes.
I mean, we knew it wasn't going to go anywhere good. Judy said the people ain't got no conscience or brought up. See, that's why Rev can't be taking no chances.
She's bringing more lyrics. More lyrics.
There you go. Oh.
Exactly. And Terrell finished it off at the end too.
The bishop is fully dressed. What's the occasion? Honestly, Malika, it's the season of the heavy hitters because Pastor Kellen is commenting again. Oh my goodness, what a day! Oh, Delton, you can't satisfy her needs. Terrell, focus. Y'all stay focused.
That's why he can't bring her to the funeral. He can't bring that one to the funeral or the wedding.
Pastor Kellen says absolutely. Oh gosh. Apparently, we're clearing up whose friend Pastor Kellen is now. This is what we're doing on the show. Kellen is more my friend than both of y'all. Well, Jesus, what is this? Bring this word, Pastor Delton. Give myself love.
And because Kellen is my friend, Marisha ain't saying nothing else.
Champion Bubbler.
I ain't gonna throw Kellen under the bus.
You are, though.
No, I
stopped.
No, you didn't throw him under. He pull up at the bus, though.
Hmm?
Beep, beep.
You turn up Champion Bubble on that little jitney loud. I'm about to run you over. I'm about to throw you under this.
Like, I have the bus. Don't try what you know. I have the bus. I am driving the bus. You're not there yet, but I do have the bus.
Now we're talking about the great Cecil
No,
Valentine.
I didn't know Kelly from the great Cecil Valentine, Bethel.
Okay, so DGMT,
the great
this is the part of the show where I
Cecil
sign out.
Valentine.
It's been a pleasure with all of you. So apparently now we have Pastor Delton,
See me better.
Bishop Dental, Brother Terrell, and Pastor Kellen running show. Y'all go ahead now. Go ahead.
Because I think Rev was right. It's easier to apologize than to ask permission.
I think that's worth ventilating, though. That thought.
That thought?
Yeah.
I know that's a thought that we use a lot in. I know photographers do that a lot. Like when you go places and you don't know if you can do it. It's easier to say, yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. It's easier to say I'm sorry than to ask permission and go to red tape. So I can just go for it.
But what about when there's a way of avoiding doing both? There's a way that neither need to have happened. There would have been no need for an apology, no need for permission, which is what Julie's arguing. Due diligence. But I guess you're answering my question of he didn't do his due diligence.
But I mean, I think for
so
one,
what does he do in that
just the family.
situation?
The family know this is his favorite song. The guy obviously didn't see anything wrong with the song. I live life. I had a few regrets. Too limited to mention. And that's about the song that he's singing. He's just talking about my way. So he didn't think it was, and he said it. He didn't think it was against church protocol. I think that's the terms he used.
But I think when you go back to the point that Pastor Kellen made, and I made it earlier too. Even we as churchmen, we don't promote these services as worship services like that anymore.
We don't.
So we make these comments about things that we don't like, but we don't do it from the context of this is a worship service. This is sacred, and anything that happens in this space is worship unto God. I even think the perspective. I'm not sure the driving force was really. This is a from the worship standpoint as it was. We have rules.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it sounds cute, but I'm wondering, is it really about the fact that from the principal standpoint, this is a worship service? When you meet with families and you talk with them, now this is a worship service. Now I know, because I begin with that when I have meetings. I know you have some things that you want to happen. Now you need to understand, this is a worship service. You don't have to come to church. You don't have to come to the church funeral.
Or wedding.
Or a wedding. You don't have to do that. When you make a decision to come to the church house for a wedding, a funeral, or anything, you must subject yourself to this environment. Because what we do here is worship unto God. Nothing changes that. So from that context, I think then the conversation should then grow from there. But then we need to be convinced it's a worship service too. Because on the flip side, while
hold on. I'm just going to send Pastor Aquino a message, tell him come over because we have him one-on-one. Continue, Pastor. That's a big. Go on. Go. Honestly, I'm in. I'm about to take my notebook out like I do every Monday. Jody, get ready. Jody, get your notebook.
Get scriptures together.
Scriptures together.
See, when we're driven by the fact that this is a worship service, then it also guides how we respond to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
This way, I'll be careful. I don't like to attack clergy like that. I don't like to do that, especially when I dress
in the full clergy.
In the full clergy. But now, because this is a worship moment, which one is more expedient? For me to make this statement and protect the rules, or for me to take this moment and use this to the end of which this worship service is geared in their first place?
One thing about you.
Should I take this now and actually I can work this? Because if I do it like this, obviously, I can't say obviously, but there's a chance that, this boy, he may, I don't know if he's a believer. I don't know where he stands with God. I don't know where this family stands.
No.
I don't know where they are. But let me don't miss this moment so I can protect the reputation of the Lord's church and forgetting the intent of the Lord of the church. I think in some regard it was a missed moment. When I first saw it, I was like, "Go Rev!" The Rev in me. When I saw it the first time, I was like, "Go Rev!" And then my assumption was that someone was functioning out of order. But now hearing the video and understanding that there was no guidelines under that given, no, my Rev, you can't do that. Listen, obviously you can.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did it what? He did it his way.
Yeah, he did it his way.
As they say in the clip, Rev did it his way.
But it shouldn't be done. But I think it's a wake-up call for. I don't think we should be sending a message to the world of what to do church. We need to be reminded as how the church should function as the church. and create guidelines or whatever the case was. And the song is not that egregious to the point where the lyrics are not that. No, that's an easy fix. Because I did it God's way. Rev could have walked that. That could have been an easy walk back when the song was over.
Yeah, that was my quick. My thing was, this was an easy fix for Rev to come afterwards and fix this.
Man, that's easy.
Let that go.
And then Rev be like me. Now I go meet with my office staff and everybody in the office. Listen now. Yeah, we only have for this. Y'all don't. Y'all know how I go. Don't let this thing slip through. The rebuke, the tap on the shoulder should have been for the office staff. And whoever met with the family and whoever signed off on that, that's who should get tap on the shoulder.
Right.
Not saying you, man. Because it shouldn't have gotten here.
The people them.
By the way, you took the people them right out of the spirit, because everybody on here talking about the original Kimbo King. I think what we have done today
that song right there
is derailed the entire show.
That song is
Delton, I think we've hit record numbers today.
Yeah, I go to the bastard and this red shirt.
Yeah,
it's
it ain't just
purple,
him.
The pink purple shirt.
No.
It is clerical attire. Because now Dr. Moss is here, as he calls himself. Everybody here. Pastor Kellen said, no. Do throw him under the bus, Bishop. He did it his way. He said, I did it my way. Responses to the Rev. There were none from me. My mummy taught me don't speak after the elders have spoken.
That's just what's the Rev.
Nothing to add. So.
You see, I assume this is one of your
due diligence not done. Can't
one of your friends talking.
Be sung.
One of your friends talking underneath that comment.
No, don't make assumptions. I don't know this person.
Nope.
Nope.
You lie. Well, all right then.
God, really? After all this time.
I definitely thought it was
so Marisha says due diligence not sung. Still can't let the song be not done. Still can't let the song be sung. I'm not sure who Yoanka Stubbs LaFrance, but welcome. Yoanka Stubbs LaFrance is agreeing with, but she says I agree. If you want to clarify, are you agreeing with Marisha? You agreeing with the bishop? That's good. You don't have to come to church.
You do not have to come to church.
Strongly agree with that.
What is I mean that point Marisha makes? I want to understand. Due diligence not
because
done,
I think my question earlier was okay. If the due diligence was not done, does that then mean Rev does not have to enforce the standard? That was my question before you gave that response, and I think her response to that was, regardless of due diligence being done or not, still the song is not going to be sung. Now I can come back and apologize for how I did it, but I'm still not going to let the song. You've already responded to that. You don't need to say anything else. You've already addressed that. I ain't gonna lie, Vera, I really wanted to kiki a little more before it got so Agreed, man. Agreed. As I say, you can't say anything after that.
The bishop did it his way.
There is nothing left. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to Minister MJ Miller.
Kiki already.
No, he already took us to Kimbo King. I think we need to.
If y'all need me to pull y'all back into Kiki, I got him pile up.
You saved that. We got in the last 3 minutes. That's you.
I can Kiki y'all right now.
I can get them.
That is
them comedy stand-up drums. Delton, you can stand by.
Shoot.
Minister MJ Miller. Good afternoon to everyone. April Gibson. She agrees strongly with the bishop. She said, "That's it. Yes, damage control after used as a teachable moment." Ethan P.J. Ferguson also says,
Ethan do?
Who are these people?
Oh, that's friends. That's my friend. I think Ethan's talking. You see my
the diet.
Yeah, Ethan is Rev, man. That's Father Ethan.
Oh, good afternoon, Father Ethan Ferguson.
That's Father.
I listen, but there are some of you. Some of you are here on DGMT for the first, and I suspect the last time. So let's greet them strongly, Delton. Let's make them feel really welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
For whatever reason you came, I think it was the title.
Good afternoon, one. Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, big. Good afternoon,
good afternoon, strong. Good afternoon, tall.
Good afternoon, all y'all. Oh, I'm glad we saved that. I'm glad we saved that for when our abusers react.
Really good. I like that. I jealous. I didn't learn that.
Oh man. Really, April Gibson says everyone attending might not have been saved. A literal teachable moment to win souls. And based on the description from the family and the news report and from the video,
the bleachers is empty.
The bleachers is empty.
See the man empty the
bleachers. Empty the bleachers.
When you empty the bleachers, you know jogging over.
Jogging finish. The bleachers empty.
That was so funny to me, man. See the man say the bleachers.
And then he said the benches.
But then what he said was so good. He said, and then the pastor had to say, "Why I was so dead near only Garvey dead." That's right there.
I ain't like how they throw Rev under the bus like that. I like how they do Rev.
No. But the Rev brought the bus though, so you can't get back that.
That's why
Rev drove the bus.
Rev drove the bus there.
I don't know how to help Rev. I don't like it to do Rev, but Rev, I can't help Rev. I don't like it. Man, see the man throw Rev all about that bus, man. See the man say Rev was there preaching and nobody saying nothing, man. But when since they asked for support while he preaching?
That's the thing, I know.
What do you mean?
For the
in the Episcopal Church.
Right.
They don't really need touching
amens
and things.
Oh no! But you know when it did,
he felt the cold spirit. It was a cold
spirit.
It was a cold spirit.
They wasn't hollering at him, but it was a cold spirit.
It was a cold spirit. He felt a cold spirit never.
Oh my God.
It was like
Talameek also agrees. April Gibson say he tapped the right one. He is lucky. He is lucky. I agree with the bishop. Yowanka was clarifying that she is agreeing with the bishop. Basaula Sean is telling us good ma'am at 2:51. I know we start show late, but 2:51.
He tapped the right one. Not.
I think what she's saying is that
April, I with you now.
This could have gone left. The person's response may not have been as amicable.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I won't sign off on that kind of thing.
I mean, it was the right one though, because I mean, I didn't expect him to just walk off the way he did.
Because we've watched videos of people who were tapped by Rev and they kept reading. Tapped by Rev
kept on singing. The fact that he looked and like he just like okay, and he walked off. To me that makes him the right one. Because I don't know.
Not necessarily he was going to throw hands, but he was compliant.
Not punch.
He was compliant.
Or sing as he walked off.
Because when Mom came with 6 pages to read for the, what was it, As I Knew Her, and they told her after page 2 to wrap up, Mom read all 6 pages and did not stop.
I did not stop.
And you know, when it's like, where would you have gone from there if the man kept singing? Would you have dragged him away?
I was at a funeral for a dear member of our church's family member up in the United States.
Family member
in the United States of America.
Right.
And this lady got up and says, before I say I want to get everybody to stand. Not in here! Not in here. Don't do that foolishness.
What happened? Go back. Rewind.
Rewind and come again.
Before I say
my comments, I want to sing this song. I want you all to stand with me. He said, not in here.
Who, the Rev?
Not in. Don't listen. Don't do that. And I was the moderator of the funeral. So I sat there like, Jesus, what is this?
I used moderating.
But then if she says she wants everyone to stand with it, that sounds like it was going to be churchy.
A congregational song. Should do the
congregational hymn.
This pastor said you have 60 seconds for condolences. 60 seconds.
Oh, Lord, she was saying quick chorus.
No, because as far as she's concerned, her 60 seconds don't start until after she sings the song.
He sat her down. A dear friend about it. He got up there and Rev said, look here. This time I panic. I between panic and kiki.
You know how many funerals Rev had to do? He don't have time for this.
Listen to me, but the Rev is now gone on to be with the Lord. Yeah, he was off the chip. I should call his name. I think everybody would know him. No, this is one Pastor David Ellis, that pastored the good church there up in
Bishop Ellis's
brother.
Right.
Listen to me. If Senior Man was up in Ellis Street talking about my way.
I think Ellis would have known from the first line of the song. He was up that.
He would have shut.
Because he wouldn't have got to my way.
He would have. That's a cold brother.
From the start and now the end is.
You ain't gonna do that here.
The end is there. No.
They say you killed the kiki. It feel wrong after you done your thing anyway, but still here. Minister M.J. Miller says this is her first time. Listen,
welcome,
Minister Miller, we just pray it ain't your last. We just pray it is not your last. If you came for the title, if you came for the rev, if you came for the collar, we hope you come back. That's all we ask, that you come back. Wait now. Y'all don't know about the Anglican Church.
They say amen.
They say amen in the Anglican Church. You better ease up. Say the people don't respond. They respond. Devin Cooper said the staff should have gotten dealt with privately. I agree with the bishop. Father Ethan Ferguson. Good day, Bishop and Co. I am one of the few that didn't agree. Didn't agree. By the way, the Co is Vera and Delton, the hosts of the show. Just to throw it out.
But
honestly,
FYI moment.
FYI. So we don't have to clear up again. Father Ethan, thank you so much for joining us and commenting.
Ethan, I am co, okay? Is Delton and Vera, I go. You can't make them the
No, he's not even a co. He's a guest. He's not even the co. He's the co of his show on Monday.
Whoa.
But everyone tune into one-on-one sometime between 5 and 6 o'clock. It will start. You will not regret joining.
Be careful.
Father Ethan says, "Good day, Bishop and Co. I am one of the few that didn't agree with what happened and totally agree with your rationale, as it was similar to mine. We are losing so much ground." And,
Executing.
You finish it.
Pharisaic ideology.
Get the guns! Get the guns!
Now, Marisha, that's the one you can't kick you out.
Yeah.
That right there. Pharisaic ideology. As I take my call off.
Wow.
As I address on the radio.
That's what.
That's what.
And the big guns.
I got to swallow that one a little bit. But
Executing. Let's say 60 good seconds.
60 good seconds. When you sing My Way,
you
mean the gospel
You mean the gospel highway. Get up on there.
Get up on it and drive away.
We need to check your phone.
I need to check my phone.
She already send you something. All right, guys, we got a strong 4 minutes left. As we wrap this show up. What time your minutes today, Rev?
4:30. I need to do some work.
Oh, that was you. That's you got the 4:30. I was gonna go for that. All right. That's got to get that.
No.
Well. You got anything? Any show there before? There's something true there before? No? I want to know before I go on.
Okay, go on.
Before you go, Bishop, what can the people expect on one-on-one on Monday? Are we talking about on Monday?
I'm going to address the former Prime Minister's comments about
Are we waiting for tomorrow to see if any drama
I heard that as I was going inside one little shop to buy these things, so I missed the comment. I heard somebody say it was very cold. He did like y'all
No, he cussed.
He cussed cold.
He cussed and it was quoted in the newspaper.
And they quoted in the newspaper. I can send you.
Oh, we actually did cuss?
Yes. They've put A asterisk in the newspaper to quote him.
Well, he
said it twice.
I said you.
Said it twice.
Because he come for Uncle Phil. And then he come for everybody.
No, you can't call him Uncle Phil. That's the Prime Minister. You better call him.
Sorry, Uncle Brave. Uncle Brave as well.
Hold on, wait.
I said this now.
Hold on. I heard you reading something, right? But
no. This is in the paper.
This ain't it. Oh, Jesus. What is this? It's a stupid and immature statement and irresponsible statement to be made by any Prime Minister. And I can't wait again. Oh, jeez.
Hold on, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, what is this?
I don't know what y'all do for. I know what y'all did. I can say I know what y'all do. I know what y'all did. Y'all set them up bizarrely. So I understand what y'all did. Yeah, but he so top down on Monday, man. Get
that. Get on Monday.
I'll talk about
So
that.
if you've had a wonderful time on that Good Morning Tea today, you need to line up, book an appointment for yourself.
The quote from the Prime Minister is I can't wait.
Yes, because it will be addressed by the Revs on Monday.
The quote from the Prime Minister.
If you thought we had a good time.
I ain't making no promises.
The quote from the current Prime Minister.
Today, if you thought there was deepness today, if you thought we had a little bit of everything. Oh, but wait.
There's more.
There's more. There is more. There will be more on Monday on one-on-one with Pastor Delton. Why is it not one-on-one now?
We should ask Pastor Kelly how you feel about that. I didn't get Pastor Kelly comments.
Nah, that's what I decided how you feel about that. He gone. Watch the play. He gone. He right there. He right there sitting down listening. He ain't comment on that one.
Oh, somebody say he curses a lot. Actually, I don't know. I didn't know.
But on record, though?
No, not on record. I
mean, in his
that's my
life.
thing. My thing was like this is like I thought it was like something he said off the record. I would doubt like he talking to Brother Rashad Rule, me as reporter. I'd be like, this is how I feel.
Yeah, but that's not sharp anyhow. Off record or on the record.
Jody, I say he needs a Snickers. When he don't get Snickers, you act out of character.
Yeah. Well, Jesus, where Peggy come from? Honestly, one thing about y'all, that lurking spirit be strong on DGMT. Yeah, address that. Good afternoon,
so
Peggy.
Y'all try praying through the mud for flipping the bird.
First of all, good afternoon to you, Peggy.
Nayoshi,
because she don't like us call her. Right. Nayoshi Johnson, a pleasant good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us.
Anyway, so stay tuned for Monday, Peggy.
Now,
I don't think you're
hold on, Peggy.
Well, Jesus, even Dylan McKenzie.
Dylan say he did the top from ref.
I tired.
Dylan say he did the top from ref. Yeah, no, he did the top from ref, Dylan. He did. Ref should come behind him.
That's double time.
Hey.
All right.
Not here.
Hold on. Donkey.
Like
we
not here.
We say mule. We say donkey.
We say mule.
We don't.
That's them. You say I can get them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Done yet.
What a in my Minister Timmy voice. What a show! What a show!
on adjournment.
What a show!
We gotta
On
go.
adjournment.
On adjournment.
To go.
We gotta go. On adjournment.
Listen, DGMTers, I have had a great time today. I'd like to send a special shout out to the bishop for joining us. Not to Pastor Denzel.
To Bishop. Yeah, the Bishop came today.
Denzel came today.
With the
Bishop
cross and
Denzel
the
came
chain.
today. With the cross, the chain, and with the word of the Lord.
The word of the Lord.
Chance you come with eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Listen, if you have any final comments, drop them in the box right now as we wrap up.
As we wrap this thing
and
up.
tell you all bye. We've had a good time today. What have we learned? What's our takeaway from?
The flipping the bird on the rally to commemorate
to address this now.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, both are vulgar. Both are profane.
I feel like once he's out of office, he can do whatever he wants.
I feel that's how you feel.
That's how you feel too. That's definitely how you feel.
I feel like in his mind, he's been holding that. He been wanting y'all to know. I discuss, you know.
I think where Doc is
and
now.
I discuss y'all.
Doc in the place now, but I ain't running no more. I shut this whole operation down, and right now I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can say this is like that retired bishop.
Because what you gonna do?
This is a retired bishop. Ooh, I ain't trying to pass nobody church no more. I just sit here and just be rude and loud, and I don't care.
Like everyone over 70.
Yeah. But Doc ain't 70 yet.
No, what I mean is he don't work hard long enough though. I think he's like, what you gonna do about it? Okay, they quote me and what?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Kick me out?
All right.
No, you already kicked me out.
Now, what I credit out this present prime minister for is that he really very seldom does he get bothered by these guys.
According to the press secretary, said he quoted him. I can't wait. So I'm gonna be watching the parliamentary channels come next week. I want to see what's going to happen.
One thing I believe the current prime minister will not give us is a good movie.
No,
a good back and forth.
Oh no,
we ain't gonna get that.
Yeah,
no, ain't happening.
Ain't gonna get that. So,
I think with the former prime minister Perry Christie. No, I think so either. I don't know if it'll be a back and forth with this year.
I think we could have one.
I know.
Not with.
It depends how you feel.
Because I think because the way he would have brought forward the argument, you wouldn't feel like it's a back and forth. It would be one long little soliloquy he would go on with.
No, this comment would have been 49 minutes.
Exactly. But by the time he finished, you forget what exactly happened. What did he come for me? He remember back in Snuck's corner. If I finish that story,
Uncle Brave, don't listen. I believe in peace.
Yeah,
honestly,
Uncle Brave is not right. I believe in peace. I don't believe in this.
And I honestly didn't become prime minister to respond to any of y'all. I have business.
I try to get some money for the country.
All my business is everywhere else but here. So honestly, when I go on, y'all can talk about me behind my back. It's really
I was at a family barbecue. That's right.
I was at a family barbecue.
I didn't even get involved.
Celebrating the birthday of my grandchildren.
Yeah, I was there, my grandson.
Wearing my elephant ears at Animal Theme birthday party. I didn't have time for this. Angelica says she loves this show, and Angelica, we love you too. Jeffrey Burrows.
I say Jeff say good day.
Say good day. Go on, Delton. You were there.
And the guy said that this uncle said once he passes that song he wanted, they were only carrying out his wishes. I think Father in the voice of Leon Wallace is out of order.
Is he out of order because what if the deceased's wishes the deceased's wishes was to sing a really vulgar and explicit song? I don't think that's good enough reason to sing anything you want. I don't think the fact that it was a person's wishes is a good enough reason to say that the Rev was wrong. Because some of these people we taken into church while they dead was not saved when they was living.
That's the comment I started to make when I stopped, because I know that would be a whole show. Because that's why I stopped short by saying the funeral is a worship service. Worship services are run by those who run worship services, not families. We try our best to accommodate families, but this idea that, whatever the family wants, they get. That's what they get. No, it's a worship service. And you don't have to come to the church. No, don't. I remember there's a friend of mine who was livid because there's a song that the deceased wanted sung at the end for the I think I Surrender All. For the recessional, because that was his favorite song, and she wanted his favorite song. He gave his life to the Lord right before he died. His girlfriend didn't. I think that was the name of the song. I think that was the song. And the Rev who did the funeral, he did an altar call and did do an altar call. Family living, because he did it the wrong place.
Did the song during the altar
Hold on,
call?
the song was I Surrender All.
Yeah,
and he did do an altar call.
Rev do an altar call, and people came and got it.
But this mark because they would walk.
Where do they want it?
supposed to be the recessional.
As they walk out.
Sing it again. Run it back.
But I mean, it was sung.
It was sung. I say, hold on, y'all mix up.
Oh no! These comments just getting thick and sticky.
Y'all mix up. And I don't, because I think some people actually do believe that the funeral is all about what family wants. That's why I said, we don't open it up like that, because that's no.
That's an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed.
It needs to be
Tranquilized and put to bed.
Tranquilized.
You don't determine how a worship service runs. It's a worship service.
I think that's probably the most potent comment of this whole thing.
Yeah,
Weddings and funerals where you make a decision to have them in church.
Yeah.
They are worship services.
Someone told me, say, for my wedding, I don't want no charge. I said, you need to find somebody to go there.
Where do you go to judge?
You need to go to the magistrate. What you mean? You go downtown. People stand there waiting to marry you.
They don't want to charge.
They don't want they don't want a charge, like the little charge to the couple.
Talk to you afterwards.
We want you to do it. I said,
Why?
I asked
They
him,
have a reason why?
I don't care.
I should.
I do not care. I said, you're not gonna do. You're out of your mind.
Oh Jesus!
Out of your.
No, y'all. I gotta get this. Sorry.
See, that's why I don't do tourist wedding.
Huh?
That's why I don't do destination wedding. For that same reason, I don't play games.
So you won't do my destination wedding? I couldn't say it.
You remember my church?
Okay. Oh, okay.
You mean like tourists who fly in like
Who
today?
fly and say come do like that whole industry.
My wedding.
Yeah.
The industry of weddings.
That wedding industry thing. No, I don't do that. Because I'm in the council. Y'all know y'all love Jesus. If y'all understand the whole thing with marriage, and I can do a charge of the wedding.
Because you do decline. You will say I won't marry people.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Terrell say y'all don't get it mixed up.
His father was a taxi driver.
Bray's father was a taxi driver, and
Marisha
say my ancestors from Cat Island, but they were peacemakers.
Peacemakers.
I ain't here for all of this. Did I tell you about the time during the elections season when I did a lesson with my students and we were talking about all the things that remind you of the Bahamas, and one girl raised her hands and says, when I think of the Bahamas, I think about the fact that Philip Brave Davis's grandparents were subsistence farmers. Everybody fell out. Lesson over. That was hilarious. Listen, everybody on DGMT, every last one.
Dylan, go back. Go back, Dylan.
No, but then I don't think anybody... Well, actually, some people answered this. I think this goes down. This is subjective. Was my way in poor taste? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think it was poor taste. I think a worship service, I don't think it would be too greatly harmed nor too difficult to recover after my way. That's how I feel. I feel it's Usher's My Way.
Usher's My Way.
Some songs you can't come back from. If we go left after this, you can't come back from it. I really don't think My Way was one of them. Honestly, personally.
You know what? At a life worship service,
you would let someone.
Not a life worship center. It would be important for how we do worship.
I mean, sing that song. Do anything else?
See, and that question is relative.
Yeah.
Think about it. If it's a service that we're doing at life and how we go so intense with worship.
No one commented on the fact that the man was singing it like it was a worship song. No one said anything about the fact that his eyes was closed. I was waiting for someone to say it, but no one did. I think Sean mentioned it was like, he had his hand raised and his eyes was closed. And in my mind, I was like, this man thinks he's praise and worship.
You are right to the way.
Honestly, if you watch it.
And I was like, I missed it because it caught in the middle of the song, so I wasn't sure what's going on.
Yeah. No, he was singing it like it's the worship. So when he said he's not a stranger to church, I believe it.
He better go in.
No. What do you mean about to? He was gone.
By that time of the song,
that's why when he gets double tap, he was in utter shock. Like, what you mean? My hand was raised and my eye was closed. Anyways, we digress. Oh no! Ouch! Minister Miller, ouch! Minister Miller say the dead has no power after he or she is dead. To tell you how to run.
But my family, what I want to say,
man.
But
I got saved.
I want to say,
listen,
my father. You gonna be there?
Oh Jesus! Whoa, Minister Miller in all her business. She said her father requested a burial in Andros and they did it in Nassau.
Jesus Christ. Andros? Who flying Andros? Who flying Andros?
Who
flying Andros?
Daddy ain't resting in peace yet. Daddy rolling over the bed.
Rolling over
that grave. Why all these gunshots over my head?
Minister Miller say
Daddy expected there to be crowd crawling. All he had is no gun.
Daddy, we ain't listened to you much while he was alive. We definitely ain't.
Daddy, sure.
Yeah, that confused
that. Can't be the Andres. All these gunshots.
Y'all know y'all heard that ad too much to mess up with the word.
Minister Miller, Daddy, me rest in peace. No.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Janelle, I'd like to apologize. Like 2 years, like last year, I could have quoted it word for word. Time done passed from then. It's been a pandemic. It's been a lot happened. And a lot has happened in the meantime.
Oh,
So I
Jesus.
apologize, Janelle.
Yeah.
Angelica says she thinks some people should rent a hall for a funeral service. They don't want the religious part, but they want the service.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Agreed wholeheartedly.
I didn't know
I
that.
don't think.
No.
Do people do that for funerals? I know people do that for
I
weddings.
think they should.
They should. I agree.
Yeah,
I
they
definitely agree.
You don't want
I think that's always unsettled me that when you have
Or
when you
just to
like
the graveside, just go straight to the graveside.
when you have a service of worship and scriptures, and then you have to find good things to say about bad people you're putting in the grave. Like, why are we doing this? I always when
Yeah.
people suspend their disbelief, like we watching a film. No, this person, all these stuff you're saying is lies. Anyway, we digress. Of course, this is not necessarily the case of the man who was.
Yeah, no.
Gaddafi
We're not saying
we just
Brother
want
Gaddafi.
funerals in general. Ooh, clear that up. Because someone's gonna watch this one piece
And say
of
we say,
DGMT and we say the man
And then
ain't
you know what
saved.
happened. The bleach can clear out.
yeah, the bleach is clear out, and the people get stiff.
Oh, Lord Jesus. So you're not gonna do my wedding.
Antoine say, so you don't do any wedding?
This is another one of your schoolies?
No, Antoine from Tennessee.
Okay.
You know if you're gonna do his wedding. You say you don't do no tourist wedding.
I don't do tourist weddings.
So
Wow.
To know?
Anton, that's-
But I will be a tourist to be at your wedding.
definitely.
Will you fly me in to California?
Does anyone have any more personal requests for the bishop before we log off?
Any personal requests?
Any
Anyone?
more people wanting to know if he will play sax? I can tell you the answer is no.
You can't
Any
afford
other
it. You
questions
can't
or
afford it.
requests?
You cannot pay for it. Whoever it is who wants to play sax, you can't afford it.
I stick with
No,
what
I think they could
said.
do.
The song
They could
wasn't
afford it?
appropriate for the
No,
house of
no,
God. All right.
I think somebody come with the price you could. They'll be, all right.
Brother Hilly.
No, but I think brother get big
I
socks.
want to
Chelsea with me.
I wanna
Chelsea
eat-
say he was singing passionately and no one's talking about that. No one's talking about the fact that he put his heart and soul into
Oh
that
no, he was
song.
in there.
That's why Rev double tapped him because
So he could stop.
the one tap wasn't going to be enough. Daddy waiting on them. Y'all leave Minister Miller and the family alone.
Daddy wait till never die. Can't wait them die.
Anton say he'll fly you, and you're definitely going to play the sax. I think y'all need to take that offline.
That's not going to happen, bro.
Take
well,
that
That's
offline.
not going to happen.
DGMT is
Guarantee it won't happen.
DGMT is guests and friends.
But I fly in though. And you pay for it.
All right,
That's a
guys.
wrap up the
It's
show.
been guys. It's
I've
been
tried
fun.
several
It's been
times.
real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Time for us to go. We got one out of here. We invite you to every week that we do to make sure you worship with the saints of God on tomorrow. If you are a Sabbath worshiper, you're already at church. Church now. If you worship like us on Sundays, join us down there, Life Worship Center, where we begin at 8 a.m. and 11:15 a.m., where the bishop will be joining us. Probably not in this clerical attire.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Won't be in this attire.
Stephanie say no, don't go. You realize this is 3:12 in the afternoon.
Stephanie, when we end this, you hit watch again.
Wow.
you click on watch again.
I think it was dressed down tomorrow.
You know,
Don't say that.
you got to do a nice straightening. You know that.
Ain't one of them.
You're doing it again. You're
sorry.
doing it again. Focus.
Sorry, so at 8 a.m. and 11:50 a.m. we're located in the CHU's auditorium right there on Minion Ethel Street. Come on down. And now we've so you leaving? It's gonna walk away. All right then. Just go. All right. So
I'm walking away.
and so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Those who this is your first time tuning in, join us again next week Saturday around okay. So join us next week Saturday.
Join
Let's
us next week. When we go live, you'll know.
It depends what time Dallas game is next week. Let you all know. We'll put
When
a
we
flyer
go
out.
live, you gonna know.
But it's a rough game there. We got parents got banned. Jeff had to come out there and talk to some parents, tell them carry children somewhere else. Oh no, you got real today, buddy. Oh no, Jeff.
Cussing and carrying on apparently.
Jeff tell them no. No, the other team. Jeff tell them y'all need to take your children somewhere else. Greg, sorry, Jeff. Greg.
That's it.
Greg said no, y'all gotta take your children somewhere else. And this is a team where Greg, I think Greg grandchild on because he's one of the coaches. Oh no, no, we just and tie 5-5. Oh no, this is real.
All right, DGMTs, I'm going to end the broadcast today because apparently we digressing. And now Julie, and now the end is here.
Now
Julie.
the end is
And we face the
face
final
the
curtain.
final curtain.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we go, man.
Yes, we do.
We can leave y'all with something to listen to. Play Frank now.
I ain't gonna lie. Is Frank Glory Radio appropriate? All right then, because y'all tell me it's not fitting for that.
I'm gonna play this one here to end with.
Glory Radio.
We talk about this next week. And the show with this right here, guys. So y'all be safe. Have a God-filled weekend, a glory-filled weekend. What's left of it. Thank y'all all for tuning in. I've been Delton. That has been
We round.
We out of here.